Greetings and good evening from Ashwaubenon High School, Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin, site of tonight's Week 3 matchup in the Fox River Classic Conference North. We have the undefeated 2-0 Appleton West Terrors taking on the host 1-1 Ashwaubenon Jaguars. My name is Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. Thanks for hanging out with us again for another Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Man, Week 3 already. Beautiful night, cool night, but still very good weather for high school football here in Week 3. Sun is shining, and this is going to be a good matchup. We'll talk more about it here in a second, but I want to introduce everybody else who's hanging out with me in the booth. Of course, my cohort, as always, hanging out with me, pushing the buttons, manning those high-definition cameras. We have Jim Rosandick. We call him Rosie. He's waving, but you can't see. And then we're going back to the big burly right-hander. We made a call to the bullpen. Ricardo Arguello is off tonight. So the pinch hitter, the relief pitcher, the guy who usually gives us great matchups, it seems like anytime he's hanging out with us with the stream team, it is Mike Sherry, Post Crescent and USA Today Network Wisconsin sports editor. Mike, thanks for hanging out with us at Ashwaubenon, and this will be a fun game tonight, I think.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Brett. Feels like late October, early November weather tonight, but should be some hot action on the field the way Appleton West has been scoring points so far this season. 2-0 start, as you said, looking to go 3-0 for the first time since, I think, 2004, but we'll get into that in a little bit. A little bit step up in competition tonight facing Ashwaubenon, though, so should be a great ball game. Yeah,
looking forward to it, and glad we can be here. I think we're going to run down the game notes here. Looks like we're getting kind of close to national anthem time, and shouldn't take us too long, guys. I'm going to start with Ashwaubenon. By the way, we're at Goelz Field as well, all right? Always like saying that, always like being here. Want to thank Nick Sanger, the athletic director here. Great staff, great guy, and they always roll out the red carpet. Chris Knuth, the IT guru, making sure we were good to go when we came and did a check yesterday afternoon for internet, making sure that was all set. So hopefully everything is good to go on our end, and we'll just let the guys take care of what's going to happen on the field here for the next couple hours. But Ashwaubenon Jags coming off a 20-0 victory over Manitowoc. That was last Thursday, non-conference matchup over in Manitowoc. Quarterback Sawyer Walton, 73 yards passing, touchdown. Abel Schubring rushed for 100 yards and a score to lead the Jags to their first victory of the season. Schubring 100 of the 117 rushing yards for Ashwaubenon. Keegan Volk paced the receivers with 2 catches for 32 yards and a touchdown. Schubring added 3 receptions for 35 yards. Jackson Rhodes also found the end zone on a 65-yard punt return. Tremendous game defensively for Ashwaubenon. 8 sacks. Jamison Stewart finished with 2 sacks and a game-high 11 tackles, while O'Shea Champ also tallied a pair of sacks. Carter Brunette posted 9 tackles in the win. Then we look at the season stats. Walton, 334 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's completed 52% of his passes. He also has 4 interceptions. Schubring is easily the top rusher with 162 yards on 33 carries. Jackson Bomia, hope I'm saying that right, the Jags team leader in receptions with 11 and receiving yards with 186. He also has 2 touchdown catches. On the defensive side, Stewart's 18 tackles lead the way. Moxon Kearns and Carter Brunette are next with 12 tackles each. Seneca Nguyen is the team leader in sacks with 3. And then as a team, the Jags are averaging 176 passing, 86 yards rushing. And then as we look at the scoreboard, Ashwaubenon averaging 20.5 points per game and allowing 17. Again, Ashwaubenon 1-1 on the season. This is the conference opener. Mike, how about those 2-0 Terrors?
Alrighty, Brett. The Terrors are coming off a 52-14 victory over Sheboygan South last Friday in a non-conference matchup at Appleton West. Quarterback Connor Navis had another huge night for the Terrors, throwing for 322 yards and 5 touchdowns, 19 of 25 passing. Perion Peace and Chase Verbumen were the primary targets for Navis. Peace finished with 8 catches for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Verbumen was credited with 4 receptions for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bennett Nelson came up with 3 catches for 38 yards and also had a touchdown. Overall, 5 different players caught passes for the Terrors. West also got a big night on the ground with Charlie Blevins running for 148 of the team's 168 rushing yards. Blevins also found the end zone twice. Overall, West generated 470 yards of offense. Defensively, the Terrors posted 5 sacks, had 2 interceptions, and recovered a fumble. Peace posted 5.5 tackles to lead the way, while Ben Hilbert was tops in sacks with 2. Peace and Kyle Bishop also came up with interceptions for the Terrors. For the season, Navis has had a dynamic start with 526 yards passing and 10 touchdowns, completing 72% of his throws. He has yet to throw an interception. Hopefully we're not jinxing him there tonight, Brett, and is averaging 17 yards per completion. Blevins leads the Terrors in rushing with 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's averaging nearly 10 yards per carry. Isaac Ice is next with 91 yards and a TD on 11 carries, and Navis has run for 85 yards and a touchdown on 7 attempts. Verbumen and Peace both have 8 catches, with Verbumen leading the way in receiving yards with 178 and touchdown catches with 4. Peace has 146 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And Nelson has 3 TD catches and 127 receiving yards on 6 catches.
National anthem coming up, and then Mike, you can finish up the Appleton West notes here in a moment. Nicely done by the Ashwaubenon choir, Mike, and I know you have some more notes to finish up on those 2-0 Terrors.
Yeah, we'll just finish up on the defensive side. Quinn Myers is the team leader in tackles for West with 11.5. Aiden Heller and Dylan Vosters are next with 7 stops apiece. Heller has also intercepted 2 passes for the season. As a team, the Terrors are averaging 263 yards passing per game and 225 rushing. West is averaging 53.5 points per game and has allowed only 36 points in 2 games.
There you go, Ashwaubenon and Appleton West. A look at both teams. Kind of a key Week 3 matchup, I think, right? Conference opener for both, but Terrors 2-0, Ashwaubenon 1-1. Boy, a chance for Appleton West to really make a statement here to open the season 3-0. We'll talk about some kind of the historic ramifications as this game goes on, but if you're Ashwaubenon, conversely, you don't want to fall to 1-2 and 0-1 in league, especially a very good league like the FRCC North when you got Bayport, the defending Division I state champs, and then a West Appear team that has one of the top quarterbacks in the state in Patrick Greisen that has designs on winning the D2 state title.
Absolutely, Brad. Yeah, listening to your game notes, 8 sacks last week for Ashwaubenon. You know, Appleton West throws the ball a lot. They're going to drop back a lot. Now, one part of the West offense is they get the ball out of Navis's hands pretty quick. They don't do a lot of deep drops. It's kind of find his first read and get it out of his hands, and that'll be really important tonight with an Ashwaubenon team that apparently can get after the passer pretty good. Yeah, looking forward to watching both these squads, and it's fun, especially in the early stages of the season, to try to hit as many teams as we can and as many leagues as we can to see who's doing what. And, you know, Connor Navis, boy, Appleton West quarterback has created quite the buzz here to start the season. One of the state's top quarterbacks when you look at total touchdowns, passing yards. He's got a 200-plus quarterback rating. I don't know how they quite figured that out in high school, but he's kind of turning some heads. Same with Gabe Heiches at Fox Valley Lutheran. He's got a bunch of touchdowns as well. So then you got Greisen just over the down the road at West Appear. So some really good quarterback. Matt Stevens at Bayport. You know, a lot of good quarterbacks here in Northeast Wisconsin as far as state-level type stuff. So it's going to be fun to check this out. Hey, I want to thank our sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly, as Ashwaubenon is getting introduced to the field. Cellcom, celebrate back to school with 3 ways to save at Cellcom. Choose from free phones up to $850 with a new line, and then save even more when you add a connected watch, tablet, or camera. Check out these great deals and more in-store or at cellcom.com.
And Piggly Wiggly, they're proud to support Wisconsin high school athletics. As your local grocery store, they're committed to making a difference in the community both on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig.
Piggly Wiggly, of course, one of our sponsors for our Post Crescent Team of the Month award. We've got a poll up on postcrescent.com right now. You can vote for the best team for August. We had 10 great candidates, so head over to postcrescent.com and cast your vote for Team of the Month.
Hard to believe. I mean, there was no break, right? I mean, it seemed like we were just doing the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show just down the street at Lambeau Field. I can see the scoreboard. We are in the shadows of Lambeau Field, and that was June 20th, and now here we are, week 3. We'll be a third of the way through the regular season already. Little touch of fall in the air. You can see the trees just starting to turn a little bit, so before you know it, it's going to be like in those playoff games, we're going to be bundled up in parkas. It's going to be freezing cold outside, but unlike you guys, I didn't wimp out. I'm staying in shorts. I will not let Mother Nature get to me here in week 3 in early September. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not ready quite for the really cold Friday night football games. I was hoping for a few more weeks of some warm weather, Brett, but it's not too bad tonight. Great football weather, like you said earlier.
I think next week's supposed to be more in the 70s, a little bit more seasonable again. So it's way too early. Yeah, you can't just ease into it, right? It's just got to plummet. By the end of the night, I'm going to be going home. I'm going to be putting on my pajama pants and a blanket on top of the bed. And
nobody needs to hear that. we don't need to hear that information.
All of our viewers can listen to that for sure. But again, thanks to Ashwaubenon, Nick Sanger, the athletic director, as I mentioned earlier, his staff. We love coming here. They just do a great job and so welcoming to us. And here we go, week 3. Appleton West is going to kick off. 26 and 21. 26 Isaac Dorn, 21 Jackson Rhodes back.
Onside kick,
yeah,
Brett.
It's not going to go 10 yards, though. So trying to catch Ashwaubenon off guard and get that offense on the field quickly, but you run the risk of what we just saw happening. And now look at this great field position for the Jags to start this game.
I like the idea, and I'm sure they practiced that all week, and they were probably all geared up to do it, Brett. And then Chase Verbumen, the kicker for West there, number 3, just didn't get it to go 10 yards. It only went about 6 yards, and Jaguars are set up in great field position already.
Yeah, at the Appleton West 45-yard line. So here we go. First play of the game. And that's going to be Schubring with a nice 5-6 yard run. You look at number 4 out there, because it seems like it's Brett Favre, doesn't it? You've seen the green and gold out there, and number 4, that's Sawyer Walton, the 6'3", 200-pound senior quarterback.
I'll tell you, Schubring, 6'3", 205 junior, Brett.
He's a load, isn't he?
He's a load. It's going to be a hard night for the Terror defense to tackle him if he gets the ball 30, 35 times.
Well, you look at that big offensive line, too. I'm looking at that right tackle just alone, number 78, Jackson Sledzinski, 6'7", 310 pounds on the right side of that offensive line. Walton's he's going to keep it, and, somehow escapes, trying to set up I don't know if that was a little screen attempt, but good job by that West defense, Mike. That's number 2, Keegan Volk, the senior wideout with the catch, and maybe a yard they're going to give him.
Yeah, Perry on piece, number 10 for the Terrors, came up. Great break on the ball. He didn't break down and make the tackle, but he forced him inside and had help there. See the Terrors on that play, Brett. All their defenders were in a standing position about 3 or 4 yards off the ball. They're all jockeying around, trying to confuse the offensive line for Ashwaubenon.
Well, quick snap there. Schubring just powers his way for the first down. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen a team do it that way.
I've seen teams that are all standing up, but I got to say, I think I've usually seen them closer to the line of scrimmage. I think West is giving up a little bit too much ground right off the bat there.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Schubring just powers his way right up the gut. Nothing fancy about that run. And the Jags on the move. See number 76 there, and I think that's a left guard, Tate Krall, 6'2", 250 pounds. And look at this, as Schubring near the 10. That Krall, Mike, I'm wondering if that's Thea Krall's brother, perhaps?
We should have checked on that, Brett, but it's a good chance, I bet. Yes.
Great shot putter here. Our back-to-back girls track athlete of the year at our sports awards show. She's throwing at Wisconsin now, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So where are we at the 10? First and goal is Schubring. Pretty good job by that West defense there. Yeah, I guess it looks like you can get a first down. Ball was at the 12 now, 3-yard run. So you can get a first down at the 2. Yep, the flag on the play. And what's the call there? Unsportsmanlike on Appleton West. So ball will be where? Right at the 5. And a first down.
After the penalty, first and goal, ball at the 5-yard line.
So first and goal, first and goal, ball at the 5. Some shenanigans at the end of that play. Guessing 33 is going to get the ball here, Mike. There's a handoff. Schubring to about the 3. Boy, we're going to got a battering ram like him. You might as well just feed him the ball. And he had a lot of carries last week, didn't he? Check the game notes again. $100 yards. Yeah, he rushed for 100 yards. I don't have the carries.
West still in the all standing up defense down, but now a few guys are getting down into the stands. But we got a false start there, Brett, on looked like number 66, Levi Laird for the Jaguars. Jumped the gun on the snap.
18 carries last week for Schubring. He was Ashwaubenon's Offensive Player of the Week for Week 2. I was checking out the Ashwaubenon football website with those 100 yards and 18 carries against Manitowoc. 3 catches for 38 yards.
7 and goal, ball at the 8-yard line.
So ball at the 8, second and goal. High snap. Walton's going to keep it. Looking for he's in. And that's an 8-yard score for the Ashwaubenon quarterback, Sawyer Walton. And a good start for the Jags. Good blocking going towards that right side, right? Using some of that size up front where they got a good push off the snap.
Yeah, Brett, I think the West defense all fell for the fake there to Schubring, which we both kind of expected him to get the ball, and it was wide open there for Walton to waltz into the end zone. A low kick there, but it goes through.
Yeah, Izzy Kwaturski, the senior kicker, and it's through. And as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, we have a penalty here?
Yeah, we do have a penalty. I think it's going to be on the Terrors, though.
They'll just take the extra point. And again, Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, good start for Ashwaubenon. They're up 7-zip on that 8-yard touchdown run by Sawyer Walton. Remember, it started with great field position at the West 45 after the onside attempt to open the game failed for Appleton West, didn't go 10 yards.
Certainly the decision to try that for the Terrors doesn't look so good right now, Brett, as Ashwaubenon marched down and scored quickly. But again, I like the daring aggressiveness there by Dom Thompson, the West coach, to go for it. They just and again, I'm sure they repped that all week in practice, just didn't get the kick they wanted, and Ashwaubenon capitalized immediately.
Perry and Peace, number 10, and is that number 14? Isaac Ice. Is it Ice or Easy?
The PA guy just said easy.
So Isaac Easy, the sophomore. As we wait for the kick. Appreciate folks watching our live stream online tonight. Quiet chat so far. Wonder if Ricardo's checking us out. And a bouncer, that's going to go right into the end zone. So 1st and 10 coming up for Appleton West. At their own 20-yard line.
That ball was moving. It wasn't a high kick, but that thing had a lot of leg behind it, zipping into the end zone quick.
Skipped. Just kind of, again, looking at that Lambeau Field scoreboard. You can see the lights blinking. But big game coming up. Big weekend here in Titletown, Mike. I think there's a concert going on. Jason Aldean at the Resch. And then the Black Crows, I think, are going to be in town.
Welcome to Green Bay, Micah Parsons. It's going to be 45 degrees tonight.
Yeah, he's thinking, hey, what's going on here?
What did I get myself into?
Maybe he'll be here tonight. I think that was Charlie Blevins, number 23, the junior, with the carry.
Charlie Blevins on the carry.
But, yep, Lions coming to town. Couple days. Week 1 of the NFL season will open up just down the road. Should be an interesting game. Be curious to see how much Parsons plays, how many snaps he'll get.
I heard some people saying that they might not play him this week because they have a quick turnaround with the Thursday night game next week in week 2. But
Fumble on the snap, and not a good start at all, Mike, for Appleton West.
No, the Terrors just don't seem to have a lot of playing with a lot of emotion or spark yet, Brett. They need something to go right for them, and so they can get into the game. They just seem a little low, a little flat right now. Had a couple penalties. The onside kick that didn't go well for them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now they're facing a 3rd and 20.
Dom Thompson, the head coach at Appleton West, not pleased with this start. See what Connor Navis can do here. The number 5, the red-hot quarterback. Claps his hands. He's going to survey, quickly get it out. That's number 11, Bennett Nelson, one of his favorite targets, but that's going to be a 3-and-out. Punt team's going to have to come out for the Terrors, and Mike, I think Ashwaubenon is going to get great field position again now to start its 2nd drive of the game.
Terrors will be punting into the wind. It was really windy all day today, Brett. It's died down a little bit as we got into the evening here, but still looking at the flags, there's some decent breeze blowing, and he's going to be punting right into it.
Yeah, kind of more of a, I guess from the northwest maybe, a little bit more of an angled wind. So from left to right, but at an angle as you're watching the game. But it was humming pretty good as we were setting up. So it's nice to see that it's calmed down here a little bit. Waiting for the punt. And a good punt at that. Yeah, I didn't see number 21 for Ashwaubenon. That is Jackson Rose. Now, he had the big punt return last week. He's itching to get it. You can kind of see he's kind of shaking his hands. He wanted so bad to pick it up. But I think the coaches, we could hear from up here just saying, let it go, and let that offense get to work.
Yeah, they lost about 10 yards there on the roll, but still starting in really good field position at the 35.
Second time these two teams have ever met. Ashwaubenon leads the series 1-0. They met for the first time last season with the Jaguars topping the Terrors 49-21 at Appleton West. Of course, West now part of the Fox River Classic Conference. Long-time Fox Valley Association team in football. They had some powerhouse teams way back when with Paul Engen as the head coach. Walton's going to swing it over to Shoebring. Oh, big-time hit!
Ball's out.
Boy, Ashwaubenon gets it back. Was that number 10 with the hit? That might have been Perry on Peace coming in and knocking that ball loose, and almost a big turnover.
Wasn't sure at first, Brett, if he had possession long enough for it to be a catch there, but they ruled it a catch and a fumble. Great first play for the Terrors on this possession.
Peace moves around, doesn't he? He's quick out there.
Yeah, he's lining up on the left side this play, right side last play.
Yeah, number 10.
All conference defensive back last year in the FRCC North.
Look down, Shoebring now. Ooh, nice little bounce outside and pretty good run. I thought maybe there was a time or two where Shoebring was going to get tripped up. Now you can see number 10 as we're talking about, Peace getting up pretty slow. I think he's all right. And a good run, Mike, for Schubring. I can imagine that's got to hurt trying to tackle that big kid.
Yeah, he's waving, and he appeared to be still hurting a little bit there, Brad. I don't know if it's a back. It looked like he may have been grabbing at his back a little bit.
As someone who has back issues, I feel bad for him. Can't imagine trying to tackle somebody with a creaky back. Third down, and Schubring again, and it's going to be a first down run. Boy, if you're at Ashwaubenon right now, that's working. Until Appleton West can just stop that rushing attack and that big offensive line getting off the snap. You just got to keep doing that if you're Coach Brian Richkowski.
Peace is going to head to the sidelines here. Brett being replaced by number 28 now.
Yeah, so that's a nice player off the field for Dom Thompson. Quickly to the line are the Jags, and that's going to be another handoff to Schubring, who's just powering his way, finally out of bounds, but not before another 8 yards for the junior running back. Boy, he's coming back for another season. If you're Brian Richkowski, you're thinking this is nice to have a kid like this for this whole season, then one more to go. 6'3", 205 pounds, and shows not only the power and the physicality, but a little bit of a burst as well.
Yeah, it's clear the Jaguars know what.
Bad snap there, or just the exchange, I think, more than anything. Maybe Walton was just backing out quickly. I think he wanted to do a quick snap.
Yeah, before that fumble there, Brett, I was going to say it's pretty clear that Ashwaubenon knows what it does best, turn and hand off to Schubring, and probably knows what Appleton West has, a hard time stopping. So, but if you're gonna have those miscues on the handoffs or on the exchanges, set yourself back. Got to overcome those.
Brian Richkowski, I believe I got him right on the binoculars. I think also not only the head coach, but the play caller as well. So third down is Walton. Oh, it looked like he was going to swing it. Oh, good job of the West defense. They read it the entire way, Mike. And that fumble really negated what was pretty good momentum, I think, for Ashwaubenon. The fumble and now just dropped for a loss. Punt team's going to have to come out. Appleton West holds.
Quinn Myers burst through the line there. Brett was all over that play. He's their leading tackler coming into tonight's game and showed a burst there.
Hayden Heller back for Appleton West, and he'll just let it. No, good punt. Didn't skip into the end zone, I think, like West thought. So long field ahead for the Terrors. They'll spot it at the 10-yard line. Dom Thompson, the head coach, Mike, in his third full season now at Appleton West, and Terrace coming off a 2-7 showing last season after going 0-9 in 2023, so incremental progress. He's doing some good things for the Terrors, already matching last year's win total, and good to see Appleton West playing some good football, off to a 2-0 start as Navis now his second opportunity. Boy, good. Oh, it just dropped. I was going to say a pretty good pass, but Bennett Nelson couldn't hold on. Second down.
Yeah, Brett, I went out to Appleton West practice during camp before the season started, and Dom Thompson was really optimistic. He said the kids bought in over the summer. He said, first year he was the head coach. He had a lot of trouble getting guys to show up in the summer, to lift and work out. Year two was better. He said this year they really bought in and had their best off season, and he was expecting some good things from them this year.
Navis claps his hands, gets a snap, and a nice run by Blevins. Good blocking up front, and I think that's a first down run. Just found that hole right up the gut, and that should move the chains. First down. It's a process, right, to especially rebuild a program that was really down. And fans have to be patient. Players have to be patient. Administration has to be patient. And you have to let this thing work out. I mean, let's see where this is at in another 3 years, right? He might have this thing humming. One thing you look at the roster, definitely they need, it's a small roster as far as numbers go. So if you can get some more guys out and really start building up that way, that helps as well.
Yeah, one thing he made it clear that his patience was not running out, but he was like, we need to start turning this hard work into wins.
Sure.
He said, we're sick of working hard and losing. We want to work hard and win. So.
Well, year 3, and I think that's fair to say. And again, already matching. I'm pretty confident saying I think they're going to surpass their win total from last year. And who knows, maybe make a playoff push. It always helps when you have a hot quarterback like Navis, who has started since a freshman. He's going to swing it over to his left. Whoa! Good job by.
That's Perry on Peace, Brett. He just came back on the field.
Yeah, good hands. It looked like he was kind of bobbling it a little bit.
Slow to get up again, though. He left on the last defensive series and sat out and he's not getting up. I think that's a back, Brett. It looks like where he's holding.
Or a hip maybe or something.
Maybe a hip or a back. He sat out the first 3 plays of this offensive series after leaving the field on defense. Comes back in for one play, catches that pass, and now he's down again.
Hate to see the injuries. But Appleton West, kind of talk about this start for the Terrors. Last time Appleton West opened a season with 2 straight wins, it was 2021. They beat Manitowoc 14-12 that year in week 1, and then followed with a 30-14 victory over Appleton East in week 2. But the last time they opened with a 3-0 record, and you mentioned it, was 2004. That was a long time ago. Chris Heller was Appleton West coach that season. Terrors beat Kimberly 21-7, then Kaukauna 7-3, and then Appleton East 38-3 on their way to an 8-3 record. Made it to the second round of the Division I playoffs. They had beaten Sun Prairie in the first round 30-7, but then fell to rival Neenah 17-6. And again, that was Chris Heller, Appleton West coach at the time. So chance to make a little history. It's been 21 years since the Terrors have gone 3-0 to start a season.
Well, you said it, Brett. This is a proud program with a lot of winning tradition, and sure, it's been a long time, and they've had some rough patches here and there, but certainly they've got a history of success in this program, and that's what Dom Thompson's trying to get them back to.
I was looking at some of the records. Our colleague Dan Cohn puts together great media guides, really, for the FEA, Northeastern, FRCC North and South, the Bay. I was going back to some of those Paul Engen years when Appleton West was a really good team, and boy, they double-digit wins as Navis going downfield. Oh, tripped up, and they're just going to say incidental contact there.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, Brett. They just got
their feet tangled a little bit.
Their feet tangled a little bit. I don't think a flag was warranted there.
Bennett Nelson, the intended receiver, so 4th down coming up. Punt team back on the field, but yeah, there was some 10-win, 11-win, 12-win seasons. Pretty commonplace back in the 80s, the 70s, 80s, early 90s. But kind of ever since those mid 90s to late 90s, it's been maybe a here or there type deal for Appleton West as far as having a good season or a winning season and a playoff appearance as well. So
yeah, and you said it. Numbers have been down in recent years on the roster and in the program, but Coach Thompson did say numbers were better this year than they've been in the last few years, and the buy-in has been better. So maybe things are headed in the right direction.
Jackson Rhodes, the junior, back to receive this punt. Oh, there's a fake. Oh, what an unbelievable grab. Bennett Nelson with the catch, Mike.
He had, 3-4 Jaguars around him, and Nelson just went up there and he high-pointed that ball, Brett, and I think the Jaguars were totally shocked by that play.
I was actually looking at the Appleton West roster. I was trying to count the number of players. All of a sudden, you could hear the fans in front of us and in the Ashwaubenon sideline yelling. Boy, a gutsy special teams little razzle-dazzle again. That's twice now. This time successful. Boy, that's taking a chance deep in your own territory. But now Appleton West operating in Jags territory. What a grab.
That's just a great individual effort by Bennett Nelson there.
Well, Navis, this time it's Blevins with the run. Good running back, Charlie Blevins, number 11.
I'm sure if you're Appleton West, you're like, we got nothing to lose. We're 2-0. People don't expect too much from us once we get into the conference season. Let's let it ride and leave it all out on the field.
Yeah, I count 39 players on the Appleton West roster, at least on the program here tonight. So something for Dom Thompson to continue to look at and try to recruit, get some more guys into this program, because that'll only help.
Yeah, you see quite a few kids over on the sideline in street clothes too, and wearing their sweatpants and sweatshirts. I'm sure they'd love to be in uniform tonight.
Yeah, injuries to a small roster, and we saw Peace going out, number 10, the talented two-way player for Appleton West, a senior. But yeah, that doesn't hurt because the depth obviously not there. Like in Ashwaubenon, or you think about, in Appleton North or a Kimberly, or those Neenah, those schools. So that's the end of the first quarter as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. Ashwaubenon leading Appleton West 7-0 on the 8-yard touchdown run by Jags quarterback Sawyer Walton.
Tonight's freshmen are Ben Hugent and Jacob Warner. Give a big round of applause for Ben and Jacob.
Kind of thinking, Mike, obviously where the ball is on the Ashwaubenon 42, there's got to be 4-down territory, I would think, for Appleton West, regardless of what happens on this play.
Well, they've tried an onside kick and a 4th down fake punt already, so I think anything is fair game tonight.
See if Appleton West can get its passing game going. Again, remember, Connor Navis, one of the hot quarterbacks in the state, coming in. And he's going to fake it. Oh, big tackle, number 15 coming in. Pierce Nguyen.
A little bit of a bobble there on the exchange there, and Navis kept the ball, which I think was the wise move, but he had nowhere to run.
Pierce Nguyen, Mike, is what the PA announcer said, 6'3" junior linebacker. So nice play there. Really haven't seen this Appleton West offense open it up yet.
Good news, Perry and Peace back on the field at the receiver position.
Navis drops back, going to let it fly deep downfield, looking for Nelson. Oh!
Great catch. He's in.
He caught the ball. Unbelievable. Wow, Mike. Another fantastic catch by Nelson. Isaac Aoki, the junior defensive back, had pretty good coverage there along. The boundary's also another defender there, and somehow, I'm not sure how Nelson came down with that inbounds, but he did.
Well, that's 2 plays now where they just said Nelson is a great athlete. He's going to go up and catch it. We're going to throw it up and let him make a play, and now he's made 2.
Whoa. 1st and goal. I'm going to say ball to the 8, 7? Blevins with it. Nice tackle there by number 0 again. Jamison Stewart, the senior linebacker, getting in there. Tell you what, Navis throws a nice ball, though, doesn't he?
He does. He throws a really tight spiral.
When I was watching, I thought there's no way Nelson was going to come down with that. Yeah, maybe come down with it, but certainly not inbound. Unreal catch there.
Throws a very catchable ball, though, Brad. I mean, it's a nice tight spiral, but it's not coming in too hard, it doesn't look like.
Ball at the 7, 2nd down for Navis and the Terrors, trying to tie this game up. He's going to sling it, and good catch.
Nelson again.
Yeah, a little bit more of a sidearm throw that time by Navis. Throws a fastball.
He'll do that. He'll throw it from every arm angle, Brett. I was at their practice, and he was throwing sidearm, 3/4, over the top, just whatever he had to do to get the ball out quick.
Different arm angles. Boy, talented kid. Just a junior coming back for Dom Thompson and the Terrors. He's got to be excited to know. Not only that, but Bennett Nelson's a junior. We haven't even seen Chase Verboemen, a senior this year, but some of his other targets. 3rd and goal coming up as Blevins trying to push his way. Now a decision time for Dom Thompson. Do you go for it or do you bring in your field goal unit? Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Or no, are they bringing the kicking? I think field goal unit is coming. Well, I'm trying to see what Navis wants to do here. And I guess the offense will stay on the field.
Seems like a little confusion there. Be interesting to see if they burn a timeout here, Brett.
Yeah,
wouldn't
be a bad idea. 4th and goal, ball at the 2.
Clearly, you got a quarterback you trust and some receivers that you trust, so I don't mind going forward here.
Davis claps, got it. Looking to his left, trying to go. Whoa, knocked down. Knocked down. Looks like number 90 was the one who swatted it away. Seneca Noyen, the defensive lineman, 6'3", 195-pound junior, knocked it away. Never had a chance getting that big old mitt on the pigskin.
Yeah, we had a great angle from where we're standing, Brett. There was a lot of traffic between Navis and his receiver. I don't know that even if that ball wasn't knocked down, there was going to be a lot of hands in the way of that possession or that pass.
So Ashwaubenon gets the stop. The good news, the bad news is they're at the 2-yard line. So let's see if the Jags can get something going there. At the very least, flip this field position. And what do we have? A little bit of a false start.
A little flinch there by number 8, Cohen Krizanek there. So they'll move back a yard, half the distance.
Not the worst penalty in the world right there, is it?
No, but it's still daunting when you're break the huddle and you see 99 yards to go to the touchdown.
Ball at the 1. There's a good shot from Rosie. Feverishly working those cameras here tonight.
Sawyer Walton just kept it there, Brett. Just get a little yards, get a little field position there for yourself.
Some breathing room, right? Ashwaubenon, we talked about Appleton West's proud history, but how about Ashwaubenon, right? D2 state titles in 96, 2000, 01, and 05, all under the legendary Ken Golomsky, a Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Famer. Remember those great Jaguars teams from the yesteryear? They were a
Aaron Stecker at running back, right?
Stecker's number 27, retired here at the field. We're going to talk about him a little bit later on. Oh boy. Shoebring, big stiff arm, still on his feet, down the sideline, finally tripped up. That'll get you some breathing room, Mike. Big time run all the way to the Appleton West. Where are they going to spot it? 36-yard line?
About a 57-yard run there by Shoebring, Brett.
I thought maybe he had a chance to go. That stiff arm gave him another 10, 15 yards, I think. And again, showing that speed along with that power.
Yeah, more of a power back. He's probably not somebody you expect to break off like an 80, 85-yard run, but he almost did there. West had one tackler left.
Now Ashwaubenon in business, looking to build on its 7-0 lead. A Shoebring, but good job by West there. Number 35, let's give him credit. Nate Johnston, the junior, kind of blowing that play up, pushing Shoebring back, and then that's all you got to do, right? And then let your teammates come on in and finish it up.
Well, you said it, Brett. At least the Jaguars now have flipped the field. They've got the field position now in their favor again, no matter what happens with the rest of this drive.
Not a bad night. Not a bad night. A little cool, but we'll take it as Walton hands off. Shoebring again trying to bounce it outside. Some good blocking there and a good run. And, now we have a flag as well. What's that going to be?
Yeah, that one kind of came in late there from the side judge.
That going to be a hold? And a hold against Ashwaubenon, which will not make Brian Richkowski a happy man at all. Speaking of Richkowski, 7th season already as Ashwaubenon's head coach. Doesn't seem like it. In 03, Bayport graduate, played college ball at UW-Whitewater and coached previously his previous stop, very successful stint just down the road at Little Chute. Led the Mustangs. He was 53-19 overall playoff berths in all 6 of his seasons. A D4 state runner-up in 2014. Also guided the Mustangs to state semifinal appearances in 2 other seasons. Very successful run with the Mustangs not even a half hour away from here. So back in the conference, though, Mike, he played in. As Walton gets it out to number 5, Kwiatkowski. I can't believe 7th season already for Richkowski here. Seems like he was just at Little Chute.
Right, exactly. Good catch there by Kwiatkowski. The ball was little out in front of him. Did a good job of reaching down and pulling it in.
So a little bit of a Little Chute connection, by the way, on his coaching staff. I mentioned Nate Van Lankfelt. I don't know what he coaches, but he's a former Mustang, played under Richkowski. And I think Van Lankfelt might have played college ball at UW Whitewater as well, but I believe Nate's a 2019 grad and was part of a team that made it to the state semifinals under Ted Evers, who is Nate's uncle. And Ted succeeded Richkowski, and now Ted remains on the staff as an assistant now with Mark Kromenacher in his first year at Little Chute. Walton going to fire it. Oh, he's got his guy. Nice throw and catch. And some more yards far sideline. That's number 2, Keegan Volk. Boy, that is a long throw. He's got to go all the way to the other side of the field. And really nice route, trusting his receiver to be where he was going to put that ball. Volk did a good job to kind of reach up, grab that pigskin, and Jags in business again inside the 20.
Yeah, like you said, that's a long throw. Perfect timing on that route. And Volk broke out of his pattern there, and the ball was there ready to be caught.
Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Remember, this drive started at the 2.
And went backwards to the 1, and now they're deep in Terra's territory.
Guessing 33 is going to get the carry here. Schubring dancing around. And again, good job by that line, getting some push off the snap, giving Schubring a little room to maneuver.
PA announcer said the tackle was made by a pack of terrors. You know, he's been waiting to say that all night.
Trying to get that clock camera. It's a little blurry for you guys. Hopefully the zoom or the focus will come back into play here.
Get Rosie on that.
Rosie's multitasking big time right now. There's Schubring again, dancing, cutting inside to about the 5. 3rd down coming up.
There you can see in the background the number 27 Aaron Stecker jersey hanging on the fence there.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player. Ashwaubenon now set. Walton, Schubring. Oh, big tackle there. Good form tackle. I think that might have been number 18 who got in? 75, okay. Silas Prince, like the senior. Number 18, I thought Quinn Myers, the junior, I thought he was in on that as well. So now 4th down, and quickly, Ashwaubenon is going to kick. Field goal.
No decision there. He sent the kicking team out right away.
We're going to call this a 26-yarder, I think, is what we'll do. 26-yard field goal attempt. Good leg, good kick. And that is through for Izzy Kwiatkowski.
Izzy Kwiatkowski's 25-yard field goal is good.
Well, they're saying 25, so we'll give him a 25-yarder as well. I thought that was a little bit beyond the 15-yard line, but
I'm with you, Brett. I thought it was 26, but we'll check after the game to see what the official stats say. But either way, it's a
good
successful kick and a good drive by Ashwaubenon there. Like you said, started at their own 2-yard line. Marched down the field. Of course, they got the long run by Schubring to set them up in good field position and finished it off with 3 points.
I think Appleton West will take that, though, because it was looking like it was almost a foregone conclusion that Ashwaubenon was going to get in there, score a touchdown on a long drive. So, yeah, you give up some points, but I think if you're Dom Thompson, you're thinking, okay, we gave up 3, better than giving up 7 for sure, and maybe see if you can get this offense humming here.
Absolutely. Anytime you can keep them off keep 7 points off the board, you'll take it. But, again, West needs to put a drive together of its own now. They've connected on a few passes, had a few runs, but they haven't been able to sustain anything yet, Brett.
Nice catch over the shoulder. That's Peace looking for some running room. Spinning his way.
Ball's out.
Ball's out. Now who has it? I think Ashwaubenon got it. And the Jags are celebrating a fumble on the kick.
Number 20, Nolan Verts, comes out of the pile with the ball, Brett.
Boy, oh boy, killer there for Appleton West, and a big-time play by special teams for Ashwaubenon. Look at this field position at the 24-yard line off the fumble on the kick return.
Yeah, Peace did that little spin move there at the end, trying to fight for a little extra yardage. You can't blame him for that, but when he turned his back to the defenders, the ball just got popped out.
Wonder maybe if that injury is affecting him a little bit. Remember, he's been kind of banged up as we saw earlier in the game. Let's see who's calling the timeout here. Gives me a chance to plug next week's Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. We're going back to Neenah High School as the Rockets host Kickoff. That's a big Week 4 matchup in the FVA. Neenah playing some good football right now. Darn near 3-0. Almost beat Arrowhead in Week 2. And remember, they beat Muskego in a game we streamed in Week 1. And then Rockets really handled Appleton East last night. Kickoff got its first win of the season last night. I'm trying to remember who the Ghosts took down now. They lost to Notre Dame and West Appear in big-time non-conference games.
They beat Hortonville last night.
That's right. So the Ghosts in the winning column as well. So that's a big game in Week 4. Rockets trying to certainly maintain pace to try to vie for a Fox Valley Association championship again. And, of course, the Ghosts needing a win to get to 2-2 and improve to 2-0 in the league as well. So that should be a fun game. Live coverage from Rocket Stadium will begin at 6:45 p.m.
Yeah, big game for Ashton Van Beek, the Neenah quarterback last night. 3 touchdown passes and 2 rushing touchdowns, so he'll be a fun one to watch next week.
Yeah, he's really come into his own. There's a play fake. Walton
Wide
over
open.
the middle, wide open is right, and that is a 24-yard touchdown to Keegan Volk, number 2. Well-designed play, Mike. That's where all that running with Schubring kind of freezes that defense, right? You thinking play or the handoff. Instead, it's just a wide open pass over the middle to Volk. 24 yards later, Ashwaubenon in.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, Brad. You could see the entire Appleton West defense was focused on Schubring and thought he was getting the ball, and Walton pulled it out and had a wide open receiver.
Kwiatkowski now in for the PAT, and that sails through, taking advantage of the turnover just like that. Took one play as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. Jags now up 17-zip over Appleton West. You can see Volk having a good old time there on the sideline. So in control with 4:46 to play in this second quarter are the Jaguars, and so special teams 1 for 3, I guess tonight you could say for Appleton West, right?
Yeah, 1 for 3. This is a big final 4.5 minutes of the first half here for Appleton West. You got to show some signs of life on offense and get a drive going to get some points on the board.
Well, yeah, and they got the skilled guys to do it, right? You look at Connor Navis again, starting quarterback since his freshman season. His 11 total touchdowns coming into tonight, 10 passing and 1 rushing, as that skips into the end zone. And then his 10 passing TDs, those are both tied for the second most in the state in all divisions. I mentioned FVL's Gabe Hygis has also tossed 10 TDs to begin the season. Navis is 526 passing yards. That ranks, again, coming into tonight as the 13th most in the state in any division. And he had a really strong sophomore year, almost 1,800 passing yards and 19 TDs. So this is an offense that is used to doing some damage here through the air, but so far Ashwaubenon has had none of it, really shutting down the Terrors offense here tonight so far. Boy, too many penalties, Mike. Just completely disjointed right now is Appleton West. You know, and you're trying to gauge the Terrors, and, you know, they're coming off some big-time wins. And I compared and contrast those to last season. Now, Appleton West, this season, they beat Green Bay East 55-22, and then Sheboygan South 52-14. Same teams and score results last year. Appleton West splitting those games, falling to Appleton or Green Bay East 14-13, and then beating Sheboygan South 27-13. So this season, the Terrors outscored those teams 106-36 compared to 40-27 last season. So you kind of thinking they're pounding those teams now, making some progress. But right now, it's been just a tough go. Good job by Navis just to find Nelson, his favorite target here tonight. But good pursuit by Ashwaubenon, getting in the backfield, making things uncomfortable for the West quarterback.
Yeah, Brett, you know, the one thing you always got to guard against when you win your first two games as convincingly as the Terrors did is, you know, you got to bring the guys back to earth and say, okay, it's going to get tougher. It's not going to always be this easy. How do we respond when we get hit in the mouth, so to speak? And they've gotten hit in the mouth so far by the Jaguars tonight. So let's see how they respond.
Navis, high snap, gets it out quick. Boy, he throws a dart. There's that piece with the catch, and I think that's a first down. He's still fighting for some yards. Let's see where they mark it.
Ashwaubenon saying the ball came out again, but I think he was down this time.
Perry and Peace going to fight for every yard he can get. Is that a first down or not? Let's see. And, yep, they're moving the chains. 1st and 10 for Appleton West on the 30. Clock running, under 4 minutes to play. Let's see if West wants to get a little bit more of a hurry-up mode here in the last 4 minutes of the half. Trailing by 17 is Navis now. He's rushed, sacked. Oh, good move by big ol', is that number 90 for the Jags? Seneca Noyan again, the defensive lineman, just getting through from the left side of the defensive front. And we have a flag on top of that. That's going to be a hold. What does Richkowski want to do? My guess is he'll decline that and take the sack.
I would think so, yeah. Of course, you said in the opening, Brett, Ashwaubenon had 8 sacks last week on defense, so getting after the quarterback is not anything new to them.
Like you said, Mike, too, usually Appleton West, at least what you've seen, is they get it out fast, but pretty good coverage. Navis isn't able to get it out maybe as quickly as he'd like. And the penalty declines, so Navis 2nd down. Again, high snap. Looking again. Watch out, Noyan.
Oh,
and intercepted. That's number 42, Braden. Let's see what how do you pronounce it? Kahak? Kahak, the junior linebacker, right over the middle. Again, Mike, you got to give 95, or check that number 90, Seneca Noyan, got in there again, forced Navis into a rush throw right at Kahak, the junior linebacker, in another turnover. And I see a flag after the play.
I think it was after the play on the tackle, Brett, yeah. Not sure if it was a block in the back by Ashwaubenon there or if it was something on the tackle by the Terrors, but we'll see here in a minute. Yep, marching it off. It's going against Ashwaubenon. Must have been a block on the return. But, yeah, Navis got rid of it quickly there, but I don't know if that was a mix-up with his receiver because he did not have a receiver anywhere in the area on that one, Brett.
But, again, number 90, Seneca Noyan, in the backfield again. I think maybe he was just trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly to avoid another sack. And right now that Jaguars defensive front winning the line of scrimmage big time here tonight. Now let's see if Ashwaubenon can capitalize on this turnover and put another touchdown on the board here before the half and really take command of this Week 3 matchup. Walton again. Now he's on the run, throws, and whoa, what a catch. That's number 1. Jackson Bomia, the senior wideout. That's a good throw again, trusting his receiver to be at the spot where he's throwing it. He's really leading Bomia into that catch, Mike, under duress as well.
Absolutely. Threw that ball out to the numbers where either his guy was going to get it or nobody was, and Bomia came up with a great catch there, Brett.
Walton looking pretty good, isn't he, as a senior quarterback? Very much in command, confident quarterback, confident in his throws.
Moves really well, and yeah, he's just, got great awareness in the pocket, knows when to kind of, step out a little bit and get the passing lanes.
Quickly to the line. Wants to snap it fast. He does. Handoff. Schubring. Oh.
Myers again for Appleton West. Oh, they still. There we go. Quinn Myers has been living in the backfield tonight for the Terrors.
Yeah, Quinn Myers was the one, number 18, who got in, and then Dylan Foster is able to finish it up, number 53. So third down and behind the sticks, not ideal for the Jags as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter. Walton in shotgun here, waiting for it. And now what do we have? A flag. Is that going to be a false start? Ooh.
Yeah, I think they might have had two guys in motion there at the snap for Ashwaubenon.
Not going to make Brian Richkowski happy at all. A chance to really put your foot on Appleton West's throat here. And now a big penalty here. And what are we going to have, a timeout? Nope. Clock is just going to continue to run here. Maybe Ashwaubenon just happy to take a 17-0 lead into the break. Probably not going to force anything other than just a handoff. But the penalty, and then was preceded by, of course, Myers, and then Foster's doing some work in the backfield, dropping Schubring for a loss.
Yeah, you see how much you trust your senior quarterback. Do you dial up a pass on 3rd and 19? And now Appleton West will take a timeout. I don't know. I don't. You know, you're playing well on defense if you're Ashwaubenon. I don't think you. I wouldn't just hand it off here and be happy with a 17-0 lead. I'd push the. Try to push the ball downfield and see, you might get a penalty or get a completion. Might not get the first all 19 for the first down, but you can get the get in range for a field goal or to go for it on 4th down.
Be sure to stick with us for halftime. I think we'll let the Ashwaubenon band serenade us for a little bit before we'll run a commercial or two and then let the band do its thing for a while, and we'll get on and talk about what we have coming up. We are in full operational mode now as far as the stream team goes. We're back out to pumping those 3 streams a week for the foreseeable future.
Clubhouse Live, of course, our Packers show, and then Varsity Roundtable made its season debut.
And the new digs, the new office space, too.
Yeah, and then, of course, your Friday night football games and sometimes Thursday night football games. Of course, I'm just filling in tonight for Ricardo. We wish him well, and he'll be back next week.
Anytime you're on these streams, something crazy happens. So I think this game will still come down to a crazy play at the end.
I've been pretty lucky to have some great games that when I've been helping you guys out.
Certainly on the basketball side, right? Yeah. Trying to set up a screen here to Schubring. Well done by Wes, and there's number 18 again, Mike. You've called his name a few times. Quinn Myers getting in there.
He's a tackle machine, that Quinn Myers.
So that's 4th down, and does Appleton West want to burn a timeout?
Looks like they did, yes. What do you do, Brett? If you're Ashwaubenon,
I think if I'm Ashwaubenon, I think I just punt it away, try to pin that Appleton West deep. The last thing you want to do is give a hot quarterback like Connor Navis and those receivers, you know, his arm, any sort of hope. You know, if you.
That's fair. I just wonder if you maybe throw a ball, you know, down to like the 5-yard line, and if it gets intercepted, as long as you make that tackle right away, that's as, you know, as they say, that's as good as a punt. But
you could also draw a DPI as well, and maybe catch a break.
Well, we'll see what they're thinking when they come out of the huddle here after the timeout.
I'm pretty conservative. I think I would just kind of try to a little bit of a pooch punt, let that use the turf to get an extra bounce. Maybe you can angle it out of bounds inside the 10 and be happy with a 17-0 lead at the half.
Trying to find some other scores around the area here for us. Some of our score sources are a little slow tonight on the updating of scores. We'll see what I can find.
So here you go. Offense is on the field, Mike. 4th down, 13. See what Walton wants to do, or is he? And now Ashwaubenon wants to call a timeout as the chess game continues here.
Yeah, I think they wanted to see what kind of look they got maybe from the Appleton West defense. And
how much longer we, as far as high school goes, we're going to have these Thursday night games. It kind of ends now, doesn't it, primarily? Or they still do that?
No, I was actually looking at the week 4 schedule, and there's quite a few FVA teams and FRCC teams playing next week again on Thursday night.
Is that right?
So, yeah.
So is that more just because of the official shortage then, trying to?
I think that's part of it, and I think, yeah, that's probably the main reason.
Problem with next Thursday having games on Thursday night is that you're going to contend with the Green Bay Packers, who
Packers playing the Commanders, I think,
right down the road again at Lambeau Field. Yeah, so tough to get an audience, like it or not. It's tough to get an audience when the green and gold are playing. We ran into that last year, I remember, and we opted to not do a game. I'm trying to remember how that worked. We skipped out. I think we did a Friday night game. They were playing they played Friday night against the Eagles in Brazil. We did a Thursday night game that week. That's right.
Yeah, next Thursday night, West Appear plays at Preble. You got Notre Dame at Green Bay East, Oshkosh North at Menasha, Bayport at Appleton West. So there's some games next Thursday.
So here comes Walton, 4th down, on the run, kind of directing traffic. Watch out! Throws it deep across the way. Almost caught. And a flag on top of that. Is there going to be pass interference with 46 seconds to go? Boy, that risky throw going across the field to his left. And what's the flag here?
Interesting. I don't know. I didn't see an interference. I didn't see any interference, but I wonder with all the scrambling Walton did, was there an ineligible receiver downfield maybe?
Well, let's see what the official call. An offensive pass interference.
Okay.
Penalty declined. And Appleton West will take the ball with 46 seconds to go. Ball will be at where, the 33-yard line?
The good news, if you're Ashwaubenon with Walton scrambling, that play ran 10 seconds off the clock. So
risky throw there.
It was, certainly. So now you're West. You want to push it. You want to try to get something before the halftime here, Brett, but you also can't make a big mistake.
I look for number 11, right? Number 11, Bennett Nelson's made a couple big grabs here tonight, and Navis again throws a good ball. Instead, he's looking to his left. Oh, dropped. That was number 4, Hunter Waddle.
You're not going to get anything deep here. Ashwaubenon safeties are playing about 20 yards off the ball right now. You have to take what the defense gives you and hope you can maybe break a tackle or something.
Definitely respecting the playmakers that Appleton West has, receivers, and, of course, with Navis's arm. 2nd and 10. Appleton West is out of timeouts, so I just looking at the main scoreboard. They've updated that. Ooh. Navis going to try to get out of bounds, and does.
Picked up about 6, so it'll be about a 3rd and 4 now, Brett.
Good job, though, to kind of step up, elude that pressure. The pocket was collapsing a little bit. Avoided the sack and got up to the 39-yard line, and 37 seconds to go. Davis looking to his left and just skipped it there. Davis kind of looking. He knows he's that's a throw he can typically make in his sleep. And now 4th down. I think Appleton West, you got to punt this away.
I think so. You can't. I don't think you can take the chance here of giving them the ball back.
No, because Richkowski and that coaching staff, you go for it, get the stop. They're going to be ultra aggressive here with 2 timeouts and try to put a few more points on the board. So I think you got to definitely punt this away if you're Coach Thompson, and looks like that's going to be the decision.
Yeah, you're right, Brett. Navis just kind of short-armed that one a little bit, kind of threw off his back foot. Peace was open, and I think Navis just maybe wasn't quite ready to throw the ball and didn't follow through on the throw very good and ended up bouncing it in there.
Yeah, I'm looking at Navis through the binoculars. Definitely upset with himself on that. So let's see. Could there be another fake, Mike? We got to be ready for this.
Never say never anymore with Dom Thompson, but I think he kicked this one away.
Jackson Rhodes back. He's going to take a bounce, and not only does it take a bounce, but it takes some time off the clock as well, down to 22 seconds.
And we got a flag coming in, Brett. I think we had a little extracurricular stuff here that might have happened with Appleton West, and I think they got flagged for it.
Looks like that's Coach Thompson talking to his guy. I don't see that number on the program, so not sure who that is, but
Coach Thompson taking him for a long walk down there near the goal line. He's having some words with them here.
it looks like a one-sided conversation as well. That's a good job, you know. Just kind of can't accept that, and just kind of calm him down.
That'll give Ashwaubenon 15 yards. I'm not sure that's enough to, actually 10 yards, I think, Brett. So I'm not sure that's enough to make them do anything other than hand it off here and go into halftime.
I would think so, too.
Content with your 17-0 lead.
If not, just take a little knee. But, yeah, you never know. A Shoebring, you might give him the rock and see if he can bust one. He did earlier.
I certainly would. There's enough time if he busts off a 25, 30-yard run here. You still got time to do something. There's the handoff as we expected.
Abel Schubert on a carry.
Yeah, it looks like Ashwaubenon just going to let the clock run out on this first half. The Jags do. And we have reached the midway point of this Fox River Classic Conference North Week 2 game. Halftime here at Goelz Field, and as we look at our Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, the Jags leading the Terrors 17-0, Week 3 matchup in the FRCC North. Got a lot to talk about. Stuff going on here tonight in the game and everything we have coming up digitally. We are back to having a full slate of content. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more after this short break.
From the moment we get up, technology is at work in our world. That's why Cellcom built a network to support big moments and small victories. It's technology with a heartbeat.
I do it right, I'm powered up, I feel alive. I do it right, I'm hot as heat, my starter fire like sugar, 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 nothing sweeter than me. I spice it up, I'm having fun, I'm feeling free. Here I come, ba-da-ba-da-bum. It feels so good to be me. I'm a superstar. Whoa.
Welcome back to Goelz Field here at Ashwaubenon High School. Again, as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, Ashwaubenon leading Appleton West 17-0 at the half. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. Also hanging out with me is Mike Sherry, Post Crescent and USA Today Network Wisconsin sports editor, and of course my fellow stream teamer, Jim Rosandick. We call him Rosie. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Looking to send your child to school with his or her first smartphone or connected device? Cellcom's got you covered. Visit Cellcom now for a free, gently used smartphone or watch with a new line. Visit Cellcom.com for details. And Piggly Wiggly is proud to support Wisconsin high school athletics. As your local grocery store, they're committed to making a difference in the community, both on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig. Tell you what, let's give the dance team a little love here, guys, before we kind of break down everything that's happened tonight so far through these first 24 minutes. Well, also, I think the marching band might have a performance as well. That was the Ashwaubenon High School dance team. Well done. They got to be cold out there, guys.
They're moving around at least.
They're young, right?
They're young, right?
But, Mike, your thoughts here in the first 24 minutes. Too many mistakes for Appleton West, and then Ashwaubenon has capitalized. Ashwaubenon's too good not to capitalize on those mistakes.
Yeah, too many penalties for West, too many turnovers. Of course, they had the onside kick attempt on the opening kickoff that didn't go their way, and interceptions, fumbles. It wasn't a good first half for Appleton West, but if you're Ashwaubenon, you did everything you wanted to do in that first half, Brett. You got your workhorse running back. You got him going early, and Walton made some good throws, and the defense stepped up and made some big plays. So,
Jags defense really not letting that Appleton West passing attack do really much of anything.
No, they want them to. They're definitely keeping the ball in front of them, Brett. They don't want Appleton West to go deep on them. West did get the one long throw to Nelson where he just made a really good catch on that, but they're keeping him underneath and making Navis try to move him all the way down the field with short throws, and banking on the fact that West will turn it over or make a mistake before they can march 80 yards downfield.
So maybe the marching band isn't performing tonight.
It's youth football night
Youth
here.
football night here.
And there's a lot of them running up and down the field now.
Some future Jaguars right there. Well, I guess now's the time to plug what we have coming up. Of course, Monday nights now. It's Clubhouse Live. We just kicked off our 17th season of Clubhouse Live. That's our weekly Packers show that's held inside the Fox Club, inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, just down the road. Home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also the home to Clubhouse Live. We had Packers great John Kuhn on this past week to kind of get us all ready to go and kind of preview the season here a little bit. And joining us on Monday at 6:30 will be Packers safety Evan Williams. He's already a fan favorite, heck of a safety, part of the all-rookie team last year. I think Pro Football Writers of America, I believe, is part of that all-rookie team. So Evan Williams is going to be one of our anchor guests, which means he's going to be on monthly, once a month. And looking forward to that. He'll look back on the Packers-Lions game, and we'll have a whole lot of fun. Stadium gates open at 5 o'clock. It's first come, first seated. Free admission, free parking. All that we ask is you come on in, order some food, order some beverages, and you really get an up-close and intimate look at the Packers. It's not an X's and O's show for those who are watching for the first time. And, it's we have some fun. We do talk football, obviously. We have to talk about the game and things that are coming up. But we also like to have a good time. Like last year when Evan Williams came on, he claimed he could juggle. And he was on as a guest last year, and we put him on the spot. And, yes, he can juggle. So maybe I'll have to try to get some bowling pins this time to see. We did baseballs last time. Maybe some swords or something. I don't know if Matt.
Yeah,
LaFleur
I don't
would
think
go for
Coach
that.
LaFleur wants him dropping a bowling pin on his foot.
Yeah.
Or slicing his hand with a
Maybe
sword.
some tennis balls instead. I don't know. Or we'll just try to find something else that he does. He's a talented guy. He's a fun-loving guy, fan favorite. Definitely check it out. Again, stadium gates open at 5. Show starts at 6:30. Also, one of our anchor guests, we have two of them, will be Matthew Golden, the rookie wide receiver. He will also join us once a month. So definitely check out facebook.com/Clubhouse Live for more show details, including guest information. If you can't make it to a show, you can watch it online live. We stream it on all of our Facebook pages, our websites, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. You should really subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot of great high school and Packers sports content. But looking forward to that. 17th season already has kicked off. Seems like we just got done with it, and then 7 months later, here we go again. Wednesday nights, our Varsity Roundtable show. We kicked that off as well a couple days ago. We had members of the Kimberly girls volleyball team on. First time in our new office at 122. Is that East College Avenue now in downtown Appleton in the City Center East. So it was fun. 7 o'clock, again, free to check it out online. We stream it on our Facebook page and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel and our postcrescent.com. Don't know who Ricardo is going to have on next week, but definitely check that out. So we're back and running, the only high school sports talk show in the state of Wisconsin, according to Ricardo Arguello, who hosts it. By the way, I host Clubhouse Live along with Ricardo. What's fun about that arrangement is Ricardo's a big Bears fan, so we have had a lot of fun at his expense over the years. Let's put it that way. I don't that might be coming to an end here in the not-too-distant future, just based on what Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams do down in Chicago, of course. And then our Varsity Game of the Week live streams, sponsored by Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. And next Friday night, we will be at Neenah High School in Fox Crossing as the Rockets host the Kaukauna Galloping Ghost, big Fox Valley Association Week 4 matchup. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And then, of course, we have our 920 Sports podcast. I think Ricardo wants to get another segment recorded this coming week, so we'll see how that goes. That's a busy week.
That's a lot of stuff for you guys. You guys are busy. So
are you, though. You've got a lot going on. What was some of the, I mean, obviously you've got your editing duties, but there's a lot of good coverage going on right now, Mike, because the high school season is now in full swing, the fall season. Everybody's playing, right?
Everybody's playing, yeah, Brett. We've been pretty heavy on football coverage, obviously, as you'd understand, as the football season gets going. But we'll roll out next week. We'll have some of our preseason lists or early in the season list, top boys soccer players in the Appleton area. We'll have top returning cross-country runners, boys and girls, top swimmers returning. Just kind of let the readers and let the fans know who some of the top athletes in the area are this fall season. And then the fun of that is to see how the season progresses and see who lives up to what we think, and then see some of these new people that kind of burst onto the scene and make a name for themselves.
Thing about we talk about all the time, excuse me, in our live streams and our podcast is there's a lot of talent in the Fox Valley, Northeast Wisconsin when it comes to high schools, and I say we don't take a backseat to anybody. It's as good as anywhere else in the state of Wisconsin, without a doubt. One of the powerhouse regions when it comes to high school, so it doesn't matter the sport. You're going to see some outstanding performances, some state champions, some state records, and a whole lot of fun. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Terrific 10, the girls volleyball team's coming out here pretty quick too, right?
Correct. That should be out early next week as well. Don't want to give too much away, but again, Ricardo picked 10 top senior girls volleyball players in the Fox Valley and Green Bay area, and I did get the video. I got the video from Rosie today. I was busy all day doing stuff, so I got to edit that and take a look at that. But we'll have that out early next week, and people can see who our top 10 Appleton and Green Bay area girls volleyball players are going, kind of as the season progresses. And of course, we do the Elite 11 football video, which has been very popular and it's gotten a lot of views, and people really like seeing that. And we'll do the same with the girls volleyball.
That's good. Good stuff. Yeah, the Elite 11 is already out right now. You can go to postcrescent.com, check that out. GreenBayPressGazette.com as well. And then the Terrific 10. That's the next big video unveiling of, some talented, not only talented football players when you look at the Elite 11, but a lot of talent on the girls volleyball side as well. And looking forward to that. So I'm thinking, I just look at the state rankings too, because again, we had the Kimberly girls volleyball team on varsity roundtable on Wednesday night. I was really surprised, Mike, the Division I coaches poll. I didn't see anybody, at least from the FVA. I saw Xavier was ranked pretty high in Division II, I believe.
Yeah, Xavier was ranked second in the state this week behind Catholic Memorial. Fox Valley Lutheran has a very good program as well in Division II. You know, you got some talented teams in the FVA. Kimberly will be very good in girls volleyball. Nina will be very good. Appleton North, of course, is always good, and it'll be a competitive league now. Obviously, like there's some Milwaukee area programs this year that are really probably the elite Division I programs for girls volleyball, but certainly I think some Appleton and Green Bay area teams will make some noise and get to state and have a chance to compete at the Resch Center. For
Usually
sure.
used to seeing Kimberly and Appleton North ranked in the top 10 somewhere, right?
Absolutely,
D1.
yeah.
Bayport, obviously. I'm not sure if they were even a top 10 team, but Pirates made it to state last year.
Yes, they did, yeah. Well, Brett, like I said, some football scores are hard to come by tonight. It seems like our usual people sending out scores is a little slow, but I do have one for people in the Apple Bowl. Xavier FEL leading Xavier 21-0 at halftime.
FEL's they got a big time offense, don't they? They can
do.
score some points.
Yeah, with Gabe Hygis at quarterback and throwing to Jacoby Doberstein among others. And
Wonder about that Fox Valley Lutheran Winnicott game. That's got to be. Where's that going to be? I have to look that up.
take a look here for you. But yeah, that'd be a good one. Of course, Winnicott with made it to the D4 semifinals last year and brought back a lot of talented players this year. Certainly led by Brody Schaefer, of course, who is an Iowa commit, and Hudson Samolinski, who's a Division I commit as well.
Who's a big boy, too.
Big boy. Fun. If, you talked about the Elite 11 video. Check that out if you haven't. Hudson Samolinski had a lot of fun doing that video, and it showed off his personality when he came into our studio.
Yeah, Rosie played the promo commercial at halftime, and he's the guy having a big piece of pizza. I'm kind of hungry right now. That looked pretty good right now, so I could go for a couple pieces of pizza. But speaking of rankings, I did want to mention the top 10 in this week's BoundWisconsin.com state coaches poll. 3 teams from the Fox River Classic Conference are in, I should say 2 teams from the FRCC North ranked in Division 1 and 2. Bayport number 7 in Division 1. Bayport falling from 1 to 7 after losing to Kimberly last week, the Pirates. And then West Appear number 2 in Division 2. And then Notre Dame of the FRCC South ranked number 1 in Division 2. So that's 3 FRCC teams overall. Thinking in the FEA, I know Kimberly's ranked in the top 10. Nina fell out after losing to Arrowhead, but I think Nina should still be a top 10 team. And then Appleton North probably getting some votes as well, I would think.
Yeah, I think Nina was like 11th. I think they had enough votes to just miss the top 10 there. But real quick, Brett, just wanted to follow up since you mentioned it. Winnicott, Fox Valley Lutheran, Week 8, October 9th at Winnicott.
At Winnicott, okay. Something to look into, perhaps.
You talk about those rankings and how much they change early in the year, though. There's so much volatility. You know, I'm one of the voters on the ESPN Wisconsin media poll, as is Ricardo, and you know, you do the preseason poll, then you get Week 1 results, and then it's like, all right, now what do we do for Week 2? And you kind of flip flop, and Week 3, and it takes a while to figure it out.
Looks like offsides on the kick, the opening kick here, the second half. Yeah, you know, my only issue, and you can disagree with me on the media poll, I just wish it wasn't large, medium, small. I like the coaches poll and how they divide it up to all 7 divisions, but that's just me. It just seems like it's easier. Sometimes it's tough to group different divisions within a large, you know.
I agree. I do agree. Yeah, I mean, we vote within the parameters we're given for that ESPN poll, and we're happy to contribute and offer our input on that. But certainly, 2 different ways of doing a poll. But yeah, I don't disagree at all that you know, the coaches poll with 7 different divisions is maybe a more accurate reflection of those teams.
This time, the second chance to kick it away, and it skips into the end zone. So 1st and 10 for the Terrors. Let's see how Appleton West responds after a tough first half. Jaguars up 17-zip over Appleton West as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. 1st and 10 for the Terrors.
That was a strong kick, even after the 5-yard penalty. You see that more and more, but I remember, I'm dating myself and aging myself here, but years ago, very few high school kickers could put the ball into the end zone, and now you see, I'd say more of them do than don't as far as kicking that ball into the end zone.
I remember it seemed like you score a touchdown, you go for the two-point conversion more if you really didn't have a kicker that you could rely on. Blevins with it, trying to bounce it outside, and good start for the Terrors here in the second half. Now you got such a weapon like Kimberly last week and Maddox Hermes. He can really boom it. Heck of a runner, too. He's got some speed. So such a weapon when you've got a guy that you feel comfortable if it's spotting it at the 25, thinking I think he can hit a 35-yard field goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, that run there by Blevins. We didn't see a lot of that in the first half, Brett, because West, when they fell behind, they kind of just started relying on the throwing the ball, which they do very well. Be interesting to see if they use Blevins more here.
That's exactly what Blevins is doing again. Gets the carry and gets the first down. So, yeah, maybe try to get in a little bit of a rhythm with that running game and can set some things up, open things up for that passing game that really hasn't taken off tonight.
Yeah.
But like you said, with a kicker, too, what a weapon to kick it into the end zone and make teams have to go 80 yards every time rather than watch them a potential return, and really flip the field.
It's just the natural progression of everything. Everybody's gotten bigger, everybody's gotten faster, everybody's gotten stronger, and kickers have gotten better too. And now there's so many kicking camps and things. There wasn't a lot of those kicking camps back 15, 20 years ago.
You're right about high school athletes now, boy. The high school athletes nowadays certainly a little bit, what's the word? A little bit more refined, a little bit more athletic than our day, I would say. I mean,
so much more information on, diet and how to take care of your body and when to work out, when to lift, all that kind of stuff. I know when I was in high school, we lifted all summer long, and then when the season started, we didn't lift anymore.
Yeah, and teams still lift.
The teams lift all season now.
Just amazing. Is now Navis. Watch out, Navis on the run. Going to loft one deep downfield. Oh, through the hands of Chase Verbumen, number 3. Tough throw, tough catch along that far sideline. A little bit of an off-schedule play for sure, as Navis was definitely in scramble mode.
Yeah, good job by Navis, though, to keep the play alive, Brett. We've seen him go down a few times in the first half, and he kept it alive there and gave his receiver a chance to catch the ball.
These high school athletes now, though, I just don't remember so many of them being so explosive now, right? Strong kids when you look at them. I mean, they're chiseled almost in some ways. I mean, I guess I should have spent a little bit more time in the weight room.
Lift those weights, boys and girls.
Yep, deep downfield again.
He's
Navis,
open.
he's got his guy. What a catch by Nelson! He's going to go in for the score. He's looking back at the defense. Wow, that's 74 yards. 74-yard score, and there's the passing attack that we thought we were going to see tonight. Navis to Nelson, that's been a big connection here. Heck of a throw, heck of a catch. Boy, Mike Nelson gets it. Number 11, Bennett Nelson, looking back at the defense and just sort of takes his time getting in. Got behind the defense, makes a play.
We saw it on the fake punt in the first half and on the Navis pass in the first half. He puts the ball up in the air, and he expects Nelson to go up and get it.
High point that ball, let your athletes go up and make a play. Looks like West. Is this going to be a 2-point conversion try? Navis looking.
Got him open again.
And again finds Nelson for the connection that we've seen all night long. 2-point conversion, and just like that, right out of the chute here to open this second half. Touchdown, 2-point conversion, 17-8 is the score as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, guys. We got a game now.
That did not take long, Brett, and it's what we know the Appleton West offense is capable of doing, making plays. Now, you certainly don't expect a 74-yard pass play every time, but
Was that 74 yards?
I had it at 74.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rosie, we got the clock issue again with our cameras all fuzzy. I don't know what's going on with that camera, why it won't stay focused on the scoreboard clock.
Is that the backup camera that we had to put in play after the original camera didn't work earlier tonight?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. Now it looks good on the screen. Thank you, Rosie. Yeah, I didn't get a good look at where the ball was spotted, and I checked the scoreboard a little bit late. So we'll call it, as Mike said, a 74-yard.
Onside
Oh,
kick
there's
again.
the onside kick. Yep. And good field position for Ashwaubenon. Kind of interesting decision there, especially with a little momentum, but maybe feeling like your defense has done some things, because you think about it, the turnover led to one of those touchdowns by Ashwaubenon. Otherwise, the Terrors defense has held firm.
Yeah, it's either that or maybe, didn't talk to Dom Thompson about this before the game, but maybe they've struggled with some of their kick coverage, and maybe they just think that's the better strategy than kicking it deep. So, but certainly you set Ashwaubenon up with really good field position again.
See how the Jags respond after that touchdown drive. Schubring has it. Oh, he's got some blockers in front of him. Look at Schubring go. Finally wrestled down. Just kind of keeping those shoulder pads square, low, and following a bunch of those green jerseys blocking away. Boy, that's a kind of a scary sight when you see him going downhill like he just did there. Ball to 39.
Yeah, he's got good vision. He's got good feet, Brett. He doesn't dance around in the hole, but he's patient enough to let the blocks work for him. Good looking running back for the Jaguars. And like you said, just a junior.
That's going to be a false start, getting off the snap too fast. A few of those guys on the offensive line, so back up the Jags 5 yards. Ashwaubenon has qualified for the playoffs in each of the past 2 seasons, 3 of the past 4. Jags coming off a 5-5 season last year that saw them fall to Sun Prairie East in the opening round of the D2 playoffs.
Schubring again.
Boy. Gets that penalty yardage back and then some. Nothing fancy right now for Ashwaubenon, just some power football.
Yeah, West got some penetration again, but Schubring just patient, did a little slide step to avoid that, and then he seems to build up a pretty good head of steam pretty quick. Doesn't take him too long to get to full speed.
Second down for the Jags, trying to respond after that Appleton West touchdown. Schubring again. And third down coming up. Looking at the playoffs, last time Appleton West made the WI playoffs, that was back in 2017. That capped a string of 3 straight Division I postseason appearances under then head coach Brent Engen. I think Brent's an assistant now with Appleton North. And I think Paul is still on staff as well with Rob Somm.
Big win for Appleton North last night, 15-8 over Fond du Lac.
Yeah.
Some tense moments there at the end of that game. Of course, North started the season with 3 consecutive road games.
Oof.
North hasn't yet to play at home.
And a tough schedule at that, too. A couple of classic 8 teams. There's a play fake. Walton on the run, looking for a receiver downfield. Throws. Got him. Nice pitch and catch, and he's in. Beautiful play.
32 yards, Brett.
Jackson Bumia from 32 yards, and that's an answer for Ashwaubenon. Wow. Nicely done by the Jags. Beautiful throw on the run by Walton.
see it developing, Brett. Once Walton got outside contained there, Perry on piece tried to run him down, couldn't get to him. And he had several receivers open downfield. It was just a matter of picking which one he wanted to throw to.
Petersky now in for the PAT. Snap good, hold good, kick is good as well. And a nice answer by Ashwaubenon as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, with 7:45 to play in the third quarter. Jags back up by 16, I should say, 24-8. They had a 17-0 lead at the half. What was that,
32 yards.
32 yards.
And again, set up there by that onside kick, attempt by Appleton West. I don't know, again, if they have concerns about their kickoff coverage team, maybe their kicker, because they didn't try the extra point either. Maybe their kicker's got a little dinged up with his leg, and that's all they can do right now. Maybe check with Dom after the game on that, Thompson. But that's 2 onside kicks now that Ashwaubenon has recovered and turns them into points.
Good answer, though, for Ashwaubenon after that touchdown. Boy, Appleton West got feeling pretty good here, and then the Jags respond quickly and a beautiful dart on the run from Walton to Bumia. And there's a big kick that's going to skip into the end zone. Whoa, hit the pylon. Is that a live ball? No. That's a touchback, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a kick drill the pylon like that before.
And ricochet back onto the playing field. Yeah, Appleton West fell on the ball thinking, I just want to make sure this isn't a live ball, but of course it's not.
We mentioned Appleton West hasn't started a season 3-0 since 04, but the last time they won 3 straight, that was back in 2017, so not all that long ago. That was a playoff season, as I mentioned. The Terrors 6-4 that year. They beat Marshfield, Wausau West, and Oshkosh North in weeks 2 through 4 that season. So some work to do for Appleton West now, trailing by 2 scores as Blevins now on the run. Picked up a few.
Good job by the Jaguars to string that out. Isaac Aoki came up with the tackle, Brett.
Again, going to Blevins, try to establish the run a little bit here to open these drives. As Navis waits for the snap. And now he's looking to his left, not there. Navis is going to tuck it in, and Ashwaubenon corralling the Appleton West quarterback for a 1-yard gain. Third down coming up.
Yeah, he took a quick look outside to Bennett Nelson there, who's been his big receiver tonight, and I think Ashwaubenon kind of had its eye on Nelson too, and Navis I think wisely pulled the ball down there, Brett, and ran with it.
Navis, looking at that game last year, he was 11 of 22 against Ashwaubenon, 134 yards. Didn't throw a touchdown pass, did toss a pick. Jags beat the Terrors 49-21 that night at Appleton West. Yeah, it's a false start, right? Little miscommunication there.
Navis not happy. I think that one might be on the center there. I don't think the center just did not snap the ball. A few guys from West were in motion and started the play, and the center didn't snap it.
So 3rd and 10 now. Big moment really for both sides. Appleton West needs this conversion, down 16, and Ashwaubenon can get a stop here, get the ball and get good field position and really take command of this game as we approach the midway mark here of the third quarter. Navis going to go deep
again.
downfield again, and 2 guys following Nelson there, Mike.
Yeah, Nelson just, I think Aoki was one of them in the coverage there. Nelson at some point just decided he was going to play defender there and not let that ball get intercepted.
Aoki there, and then of course 21 Jackson Rhodes, who is now back to receive this punt. Jackson Rhodes was Ashwaubenon's special teams player of the week last week on that highlighted that 65-yard punt return for a score in the third quarter. And you know he wants another chance tonight to bring one back here.
You can see some frustration on the Appleton West sideline starting to set in, Brett. Some things that I think came easy to them the first 2 weeks, you know, and they're not able to connect on those things tonight, and you can see some frustration.
And the official back judge is counting down. It's getting close. Ooh, they got the snap off just in time. Whoa! Well, takes a little bit of a turf bounce, but not the punt you want if you're Appleton West. Look at this field position. Ashwaubenon going to have it on the Terrors' 34-yard line.
Yeah, I think that'll go down as a 14-yard punt, and certainly, again, special teams have kind of been a bit of a bugaboo for the Terrors tonight.
Boy, Ashwaubenon in great shape now, feeling pretty good after that touchdown drive to really, again, take command of this one, up 24-8 as we look at our Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. Boy, after Appleton West scored 17-8, I'm thinking, okay, now we have a ball game. So you got to credit this Ashwaubenon offense for responding, and now a chance to add another touchdown here quickly as Walton, boy, just really nicely done. He plays quarterback well, Mike. Good job finding his receiver. Kind of really a safety valve. Izzy Kwiatkowski, the kicker, now showing what he can do as a wide receiver, 5'10", 183 pounds. Just steps up in the pocket, doesn't get frazzled at all, and delivers a nice ball.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was just going to say, he doesn't seem to get flustered at all. West has gotten some pressure on him, but he just steps up or sidesteps it and always keeps his head up, keeps his eyes downfield. He's looking at his receivers, and sometimes the tendency when you get pressured is to kind of look down at the ground and look at your feet or look at your offensive lineman, but Walton does a great job of keeping his head up and seeing who's open.
6'3", 200-pound senior quarterback, and really throws well on the run. Throws a nice, strong arm. We saw that on the touchdown pass to Bumia last time. There's a little toss to Schubring, looking for some space. Down to about the 15. I think we have a flag.
Came in from the back judge there. I don't know if we got a face mask possibly on the Terrors. I don't want to guess, but nope. Moving Ashwaubenon back.
Gonna be a hold.
Yeah. Thought I saw the ref like motioning towards his face, like the face mask signal, but
Holding on the Jaguars.
So that'll back up Ashwaubenon 10 yards.
that's about the only thing that slowed Ashwaubenon down so far tonight is some mistimed penalties. But still in really good field position here and still in really good shape, leading 24-8.
Walton now under center.
He's got a guy open.
Yeah.
If he wants him. Yeah, just.
Ooh. Kind of one of the rare misfires.
He had Krasonic as tight end, just kind of dragging across the middle. It was wide open in front of the Appleton West secondary, Brad. He just couldn't quite enough on that throw.
Yeah, you can see Walton kind of like shaking his head a little bit. He knew that he missed one there. And again, a rare miss for Walton tonight. He's been pretty much on target. He waits for instruction from the head coach, Brian Richkowski. Walton just going to keep it off the snap. Ooh, found a good seam. Oh, tough hit. Still on his feet, though. Pushing his way. Moving the pile. I think they're going to finally blow it dead at about, the 11-yard line. Boy, strong run and a shot as well. But it didn't slow Walton down. Kind of hear the crowd after that hit he took. Kind of some oohs and ahs, but boy, strong run by the senior quarterback.
6'3", 200 pounds, and he he doesn't look like he's that big, but he plays big, and he certainly played big on that run.
Guess we'll officially say, so the ball's at the 12. Have to think Mike, number 33, Schubring, he's going to get it on this on this play, right? There's Schubring right there. You need a couple yards. Ooh, nice job by number 44 for Appleton West, Ben Hilbert, the junior. But I think Schubring got the first down.
Got enough to fall forward for the first down, but like you said, good play by Hilbert, because that's a touchdown if he doesn't wrap up those legs.
Ball at the 10. Can you get a first down still based on where the ball's spotted? It might be just outside of the 10.
Looks like it looks like that yard marker is just inside the pylon there. So I'm telling you, if they get a first down, they probably are in the end zone. But it looks like they can get one. Blow that one dead. Offsides, I think, on West.
Ooh. Yep. No on
Ashwaubenon lined up offsides. Okay. Torque Mason, Green Bay Press-Gazette photographers here on the sideline tonight taking photos, so make sure you check out his photo gallery after the game on pressgazette.com as well as postcrescent.com.
Yeah, I didn't see Torque. Where is he at?
He's down in the end zone here. He's got the blue sweatshirt on. He's on the
sure, there he is.
He's on the sideline.
Yeah, Rosie's got a good picture
there
of
you
Torque.
Go. That's Torque Mason.
Torque, a very talented photojournalist and also a talented cook.
If anybody ever wondered what a Torque Mason looks like, that's Torque Mason.
He's part of the Clubhouse Live crew.
Absolutely.
He's a big Bears fan. Oh, miscommunication there between Walton and Kwiatkowski.
I think Walton might have changed the play at the line there, Brett, because he was pointing at his helmet like, changed the play, and Kwiatkowski, I don't think, got that call and never turned around for the pass.
Under 3 minutes to play as we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. Third quarter, Jags up 24-8, looking to add to that lead and that point total. Got to give it up to Torque, though. He's a grill master. We had a Clubhouse Live get-together a couple weeks ago, or maybe a few weeks ago now, and he did all the cooking. He did a little pulled pork, right? Some ribs.
Barbecue chicken.
It was good
Homemade
stuff.
mac and cheese.
Yeah, it was good
And
stuff. Oh, what a throw! That's number 2, Keegan Volk. That was a bullet. Just a bullet by Walton. How many yards do we have there? 15? I think so, because it was at the 10 and then backed it up to the 15. So
correct, yeah. You said it, Brett. What a throw. Tight spiral, perfect timing, right when Volk broke out of his pattern there. That ball was on his hands.
it's like Ashwaubenon going to take a timeout. Mike, just a confident throw. I mean, he just stepped into it and very decisive. I mean, I'm very impressed with Sawyer Walton tonight.
Yeah,
really
the
good
things he
looking
does.
quarterback.
The most impressive things he does is the timing. Him and his receivers are in lockstep. They make their break, and he's got the ball on them. Especially those throws across the middle. You can't be late on those throws. You're either going to give the defense time to intercept it, or you're going to hang your receivers out to dry on a hard hit, and he does it. He puts those balls. He leads them, puts it out in front of them, and puts it on them when they make their break.
Well, he's wearing that number 4. Remember, there's a number 4 that had a fastball back in the day.
Well, we're not quite ready to anoint the young Walton kid.
The gunslinger yet?
But he's been impressive tonight.
He's the whole blocked. Kick is blocked, so we'll keep it at 30-8. Ashwaubenon with the lead as we look at our Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly scoreboard.
Jaguars lead 30-8.
Again, next week, week 4, Fox Valley Association game, Kaukauna at Neenah. Big game in the FVA. Should be a fun one at Neenah High School. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And as always, folks, you can always access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. I was looking, I mentioned at the Ashwaubenon football website, and I talked about Abel Schubring was the offensive player of the week for the Jags in that Week 2 win over Manitowoc. Jackson Rhodes, the special teams player of the week, and then the defensive players of the week. It went to its entire defensive line. You had Jamison Stewart, O'Shea Champ, Wyatt Anderson, Andrew Tryon, Andrew Krull, Archer Kirkpatrick, and Seneca Noyan. 6 tackles for a loss, 8 sacks for that group, and they held the Ships to under 1.5 yards per carry. So why give it to just one guy when you can give it to the entire unit?
Well, and you can see that's carried over into this week, Brett. They've put some constant, steady pressure on Connor Navis all night. He's not gotten sacked too many times tonight, but he's definitely been under pressure. Quick update from Appleton for those wondering about the Apple Bowl. Fox Valley Lutheran leading 35-0 now over Xavier.
That's at Xavier, too.
At Xavier, late in the third quarter.
At Rocky Blyer Field, yikes. Thought that'd be a more of a competitive game, but the Foxes, boy, they've come out red hot. And Navis now finds his favorite guy, at least tonight, Bennett Nelson.
Yeah, for those who read my predictions each week, I appreciate that. Thank you. I picked Fox Valley Lutheran to win this week, Brett, but I did not, certainly did not pick that wide of a spread. But I did have FVL beating Xavier tonight.
Who did you have in this game?
I had Appleton West winning tonight. We won't talk about that.
Oof. More mistakes. Pre-snap procedure call against the Terrors.
Yeah, Blevins went in motion there, and I think he started upfield a little early. Yeah, I didn't know about the Jaguars, too much. You try to look at the teams they played coming into this week, and I know Appleton West, 2 impressive wins, but let's call it like it is. They didn't play against the greatest competition those first 2 weeks, but they had 2 great wins, and they're going to put up points against everybody, and I expected West to put points up tonight, but so far the Jaguars' defense has just been better. So this pick's not looking good for me.
Oh, boy. We got another one. What's on the Jags? So penalty against Ashwaubenon now.
I think
I didn't catch what that call was.
I think Ashwaubenon's got 12 players on the field, and nobody has left the field. I think they still have 12. I think that's what the call was. Count them up, Brad. I think I counted 12 guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I see 11 now.
You have 11 now? Okay.
Yeah. Whoa, bad snap. Navis. Oh, somehow escapes. Got to get rid of it. No, he's down. He is down. Number 0, Jamison Stewart, the senior linebacker. Boy, they were on him fast. I tell you what, that snap hit the turf. And that defensive front smells blood at that point, and they were not going to let Navis scramble and get away. Another big mistake for the Terrors.
It looked like he would get away at first, but Stewart just came in there full speed. Showed an impressive burst there to get the tackle.
Well, now you got 3rd and a mile to go here for Appleton West, and see if Navis wants to air it out.
4 defenders for the Jaguars at the first down line there at the yard to gain.
Right to Nelson. Nice catch. Dancing his way. And does Dom Thompson want to go for it here? Down 30-8 late in the third quarter. Or do you punt it away?
Well, their last punt went 14 yards and set Ashwaubenon up, so I think he's going to go for it here.
Yeah, I do too, and just trust his offense to pick up this first down. 4th and 7, though.
Not saying it's going to be easy, Brett, but I like this call here. I think you're at the point of the game where you've got to put a drive together and get some points.
Navis flushed out a little bit. Ooh, there's going to be a flag coming. Well, he's got Nelson. What a throw. But that's coming back. I think there's a hold. Wow, that's a hold coming back. But both of these quarterbacks have made some wild throws. That one, even though it doesn't count, was pretty impressive. Over the middle, kind of a laser.
Nelson was 30 yards downfield there, just found a spot in the zone, and Navis hit him. I don't know. Yep, offensive holding. Wait, Ashwaubenon.
Oh, offsetting.
Oh, there you go.
There must have been a fall. There's a flag here near midfield as well.
Okay, we'll
So
replay that down there.
didn't see the saw the flag obviously in the backfield, but didn't see the flag near the 50.
Neither team was moving, so Appleton West thought it was on them. Ashwaubenon apparently knew it was on them, and as it turns out, there was a penalty on each team. So we'll do that again.
We'll try it again with just 13 seconds to go in this third quarter. Kind of a slow-moving third quarter.
It has been, absolutely.
A lot of throwing, not much running here in this third quarter. Let's see if Navis can pick this up. Jaguars defense been awfully stingy here tonight. Navis, he's got some time now. Well, he could run. Nope. Well, a little sidearm, and it's not there. Slipped out of his hands, and he's frustrated. Tried to sidearm it, just slipped out of his hands, hit the turf.
Now we got another late flag coming in. I think we might get a
Is this going to be unsportsmanlike?
unsportsmanlike. Maybe on Ashwaubenon, though.
Ooh.
Judging by the reaction of the Jaguars, this might be on them.
A lot of flags tonight, Mike.
That came in late, too.
Yeah, that is going against Ashwaubenon, Mike. First down for Appleton West.
Austin County first down, Jaguars.
That is not going to be, that's not going to sit well with the Jaguars coaching staff, no doubt about it. You can see Brian Richkowski talking to one of the officials down there.
Yeah, I don't know if he said something or if looked like I didn't see any contact downfield, so I'm guessing something might have been said, and the ref might have overheard it there. I don't know. There seems to be some confusion because now the Ashwaubenon offense is on the field, Brett. Even though they marked the penalty off, unless it was after the play.
Maybe it was after the play.
That's what they're saying. It was probably after the play. So
okay.
But he definitely pointed toward Ashwaubenon being the penalty against them.
You can hear one of the Ashwaubenon players down there really kind of talking to his teammates. I think that's number 6, Moxon Kearns, the senior linebacker, saying, hey, cool it. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I heard him say, if they say something to you, don't say anything back.
Yeah, that's good senior leadership down there, just getting the guys together. Come on, we're up 30-8. Don't do something dumb, and all of a sudden, you know how games can go. Just takes maybe a dumb penalty like that.
So that's the call. It was on West, but it was after the play. The Jaguars take over again in good field position.
Well, yeah, and then that is now the start of the fourth quarter as well. That's how the third quarter ended. So a brand new quarter here at Ashwaubenon. And the Jags will be set up at the Terrace 34-yard line. As Walton now play action on the run again. Boy, he loved to throw on the run. And that's a nice little pitch and catch there. That's number 34, Connor Hendrickson, the junior halfback. 5'10", 180 pounds.
First time we've called his name tonight, Brett.
They love getting Walton on the run, Mike.
Oh, he's so good at it. And he's had guys open all night, Brett. The West defense. They've gotten decent play from their front line and linebackers, but there's been some gaps in the secondary tonight that Walton has exploited for sure.
Hand off to Schubring. And good job there by Appleton West. Looked like that was 44, maybe 54. 54 is Cornelius Tate, a sophomore. 44, Lucas Hebner, a sophomore as well.
Turned out to be a great night, Brett. The wind died down.
Yeah, not too cold actually at all.
Not too cold, and the wind died down. Perfect night for football. Again, feels a little bit more like late October than early September, but Not too bad all in all.
Not too bad. I was a little nervous saying I'm gonna keep the shorts on, but I feel nice and warm. I'm layered up on the top though. You know, the older you get, the thinner that blood gets.
Absolutely.
As that Shoebring, yep, boy, battering ram down inside the 10, and really looking to deliver the knockout blow right here on this drive, Mike.
That is enough for a Jaguar first down.
Kind of an injury here for Ashwaubenon. Unfortunately, Levi Laird, their offensive lineman, looks to be in quite a bit of pain. Could be a cramp, we hope.
Looks like a cramp. Kind of surprising, right, when it's a cool night, but you need water, whether it's hot or cold or cool or whatever it is.
So many of these guys, you know, you think hydrating starts, you know, Friday morning of game day, but you got to be doing it all week.
Us old guys, we need to hydrate better too.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how the body changes, right? All of a sudden, yeah, I'm not kind of thirsty all the time. What the heck's going on?
Well, we've been standing here for the last 3 hours now. I'm not quite sure my right knee works right now. We'll I might need to call up one of the Ashwaubenon trainers from the sideline to get me from the press box here to my car.
Well, we got a couple of them out there. Maybe they can come on up here.
Absolutely.
Hey, I've been kind of using this chair here because of my creaky back, so I've been kind of cheating a little bit to make sure I sit down from time to time. You guys have been standing the whole time.
I don't know I'm the oldest one here, yet I didn't get a chair. I'm not sure what happened there.
So you got a creaky knee, I got a creaky back, and Rosie's got a creaky shoulder. So here we go. What a crew is right. Hopefully you can make it home okay.
We got another 10 and a half minutes here to grind it out here.
We're gamers. Walton now waiting for it. Handoff, Shoebring. He's going to bounce it outside. Stiff arm, and he's in. Oh, and a flag on top of that. I think that might be a face mask. I think that'll be an 8-yard run, though, for Shoebring. His first touchdown of the night. Personal foul face on Ashwaubenon. Okay.
Really?
So we'll negate that touchdown.
So that stiff arm was a little too good, it looked like.
Too good
apparently.
of a, yeah. I thought maybe, of course, that's farthest away from us. Can't see what's going on. I thought maybe he got his face mask tugged on, but instead, yeah, his stiff arm, Mike, I think you called it, was the penalty.
Final score from Appleton. FEL wins 35-7 over Xavier.
So the Apple Bowl trophy with the Foxes, one of the trophy games. We already had the Winneconne Amro China Bowl. There's a handoff to Shoebring, dancing around. Again, that stiff arm, swatting guys away. Still on his feet. Woo. Tough run. And another flag, and it's going to be a hold against Ashwaubenon. Boy, mistakes on both sides. Coaching staff going to have a lot of cleanup to do.
Yeah, there's been a lot of laundry on the field tonight, Brett, and it's been all kinds of different things. Personal fouls, illegal procedure, holding. Seen a little bit of everything tonight.
Then we see an offensive pass interference.
Yeah. But if you're Ashwaubenon, you prefer these things to happen in a victory rather than now Appleton West. If the game continues the way it's going here in the fourth quarter, it's tough to correct all those mistakes if you're Appleton West and coming out of a loss too. A little easier to do it if you're on the winning side.
No doubt about it. So we'll try it again. It's what? First down and a long way to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. Walton now going to sling it. Finds Shoebring, and Shoebring, boy, again, stiff arm. A lot of space to run. Finally wrestled down, but getting a chunk of that penalty yard back, and really in good position now here to get back into the end zone. Shoebring can do a little bit of everything, can he? Seen his running ability, showing good hands in the passing game.
Yeah, you'd think that Ashwaubenon would be content to just run the ball, kind of work the clock, but they've had so much success with Walton throwing the ball tonight that just continuing doing what's worked for them all night long.
So ball at the 11. I think it's officially the 12. So handoff, Schubring, and good tackle by number 44 for Appleton West, Lucas Hebner, sophomore. Called his name before. Yeah, so Apple Bowl done, China Bowl done. Winneconne winning that one big. I think that might have been week 2 last week.
Correct.
And we think the county ensign's coming up here. You think next week,
that's
right?
Next week,
That's
I think.
Little Shoot Freedom.
Yep.
That's a good trophy game. Should be more trophy games in high school. I know Spash and Wisconsin Rapids, the old River Jug. It's a trophy game.
Speaking of freedom, did you see their game tonight got moved to tomorrow afternoon because the lights were not working at Two Rivers? They were supposed to play at Two Rivers tonight.
Really?
Late cancellation. I don't know if they went out to test the lights this afternoon and found that they weren't working, but the notice came out probably around 4 o'clock today that the game got moved to a noon kickoff tomorrow afternoon.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like an old, oh boy, is that going to be a delay of game now? Goodness gracious. Remember the Saturday afternoon games? Usually like, it was always like the parochial schools played a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Like I grew up
Fond du Lac
in Stevens
Springs.
Point.
Yep.
Pacelli always would play on a Saturday at Gerke Field. And
Fond du Lac Springs typically plays its homecoming game on a Saturday afternoon. I love Saturday afternoon football.
high school football on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, that's.
absolutely.
I remember that. I wonder if like the old Fox was it Fox River Christian Conference or Fox Valley Christian Conference? I'm thinking like who would have been there? Xavier, FVL, St. Mary Central, then now St. Mary Catholic. Yeah, Wissa, a lot of Saturday games up here. I suppose Abbott Pennings or Promontory back in the day. What do we have now? Timeout.
I think the refs called that timeout so they could just make sure they had all their flags in their pocket.
Oof.
Let's find our flags, boys. Take a timeout.
Well, it's a good timeout. You can kind of see maybe in the backdrop there, Rosie, number 27 in the corner of the end zone, retired for Aaron Stecker. Played in 10 NFL seasons at running back. Played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, and Atlanta Falcons. Won a Super Bowl ring as a member of the 02 Buccaneers. Rushed for, 1,526 yards and 8 touchdowns over his NFL career. Also caught 166 passes for 1,175 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was also part of Ashwaubenon's inaugural Hall of Fame class in 2024 that featured former football coach, the legendary Ken Golomsky. So there's Aaron Stecker's number. What a career here. And certainly an outstanding career in the NFL, Super Bowl champion. Also, James Morgan, remember him? He's an Ashwaubenon grad, playing currently quarterback for the Montreal Alouettes of the Canadian Football League.
Oh, really? I didn't know that he was up in the Canadian League now.
Yep, he was selected by the New York Jets in the fourth round of the 2020 NFL Draft. Also spent time with the Carolina Panthers, Pittsburgh Steelers, Indianapolis Colts, Arizona Cardinals. 3-year starter here at Ashwaubenon, 7,570 yards and 70 touchdowns from 2012 to 2014. He lit it up. Walton going deep. Oh, wow, what a turnaround. Reception, adjusting to the catch is Jackson Bumia again. Second time that duo hit pay dirt, and that is probably the clinching touchdown here tonight, guys. 36-8 pending the extra point. What a throw by Walton, and nice job adjusting. Bumia on the catch.
Yeah, I don't know. Walton flushed out of the pocket there a little bit, Brett. I don't know if he knew Bumia was wide open there or if he just threw it up and hoping, but great adjustment by Bumia there to catch the ball.
Paterski's PAT sails through. As we look at our Cellcom Piggly Wiggly scoreboard, Jags now in complete command of this FRCC North Week 3 showdown, up 37-8. Just trying to see, that is the, well, let me see here. Second time those two guys have hooked up. 32-yard reception in the third quarter. And I think that's the fourth touchdown throw tonight for Walton.
And he had an 8-yard touchdown run, right, for their first touchdown, Brett? So he's accounted for 5 scores, I think.
Yeah.
24 yards to Volk in the second quarter, 32 yards to Bomia in the third quarter, another 15-yarder to Volk in the third quarter, and now this latest one to Bomia. Impressive showing tonight for Ashwaubenon's offense, and their defense has held the Terrors down as well.
How many yards was that to?
I had it for 19 yards.
19. Yeah, Jags offensively is humming, defensively has shut down the Appleton West passing attack. Special teams, ready for some of the trickery that Appleton West has displayed tonight.
First and 10 Terrors, ball on the 38-yard line.
Interesting to talk to Dom Thompson after this game and see if some of those special teams, the two onside kick attempts that we talked about, if those were they were forced into doing those because of some personnel situations, or if they just thought that was the best plays at the time.
Davis to Nelson. Again, that's been a good combination tonight.
He's got to be close. He's got to be close to 10 catches tonight there for Nelson.
Over 100 yards, I would think, too. 50-yard line right at midfield.
Oh, he's well over 100 yards. Yeah, he had the 74-yard touchdown reception in the third quarter. So.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a little bit of a false start, right?
Yep.
Timing's just definitely off.
Not the showing you were hoping for if you're Appleton West, especially when you got you look ahead to next week and you got a Bayport team coming to your turf.
The defending D1 state champs with those playmakers, yeah.
Absolutely. So you certainly would have hoped for a little different outcome, or at least a better showing tonight if you're Appleton West.
Navis, off the fingertips, nearly picked off. I don't know if there was some, maybe just too much mustard on that throw for number 14. Is it Isaac Easy, we thought, the sophomore?
Yeah, that ball was coming in hot.
See, the Brewers won, guys. Beat the Pirates. That's a good win. So what's their lead still? 5.5?
I think so. Cubs were winning as well. Yeah, you look ahead for Appleton West, for Ashwaubenon. They're at De Pere next week.
That's a tough one.
And then at Bayport the following week.
That's a tough one.
So a couple of tough ones coming up for the Jaguars as well.
Tough league. Navis finally brought down. Just good coverage on the back end. Nothing was open for Navis. The offensive line did pretty much everything it could there, and eventually it's going to collapse. And relentless pressure by that front. Didn't quit on the play, and Navis brought down.
Yeah, I agree, Brett. That was definitely a coverage sack. Looked like West only had 2 receivers out in the pattern, too, which didn't give Navis many options to escape the rush there.
Watch out. Navis on the run. Almost got hit.
It's going to Nelson again.
Anyway, defensive pass interference there. I think the Ashwaubenon fans not liking that flag. Two guys on Nelson, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, we'll see what they call. I'm assuming it's going to be defensive pass interference.
It is,
but
yeah.
It looked like the timing there on the play was okay from what I saw, but. Doesn't matter. West will take it. Of course, it doesn't give them an automatic first down in high school, but now instead of 3rd and 19, now they have a much more manageable 3rd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
There's Perry on Peace with the reception.
Oh, got some pushing and shoving, and another flag comes in
Wow.
after the play. I don't know. Sometimes, you don't want you certainly don't want guys pushing and shoving after the play, but sometimes I think those flags, it's like, just step in the middle of them and let the guys go to their own sideline or to their own huddle. But
So that goes against the Terrors there. Yeah, kind of just break it up a little bit.
Break it up. Yell at them to get back to their huddle and go on to the next play. But you also don't want to let it get out of hand. So certainly the refs are doing what they think they need to do to keep the game in line and keep both teams in line.
5.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, 37-8. Jags well on their way to winning this one. You mentioned Ashwaubenon's schedule. Actually, I want to find the notes here. You said at the pier, at Bayport, so 2 road games, but then Pulaski and then West of Pier. That's a tough month of football there. Going against some of the best in the FRCC North, for sure.
There's not too many gimmies in the FRCC North. It's got peace if
Navis now scrambles out of bounds, far sideline.
I don't think Ashwaubenon's going to give up anything easy deep anymore at this point. They're more than content to let the Terrors just dink and dunk down the field if that's what they have to do.
Looking at Appleton West, you mentioned Bayport, but then they have Green Bay Southwest, Green Bay Preble, then a tough stretch to close the season at Pulaski De Pere and then at West De Pere.
I see a couple games there. If Appleton West can kind of right the ship and get things back in order, there's a couple games that they can definitely win there.
Tossed a piece. I mentioned the Brewers winning 5-2 over the Pirates. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Brewers have a couple of Appleton West alum on the team, right?
Absolutely. Danny Jansen, of course, the catcher, came to the Brewers in a trade about a month ago, right before the trade deadline.
Yep.
Danny Jansen, and then, of course, Matt Erickson. Another unsportsmanlike penalty here, but, of course, Matt Erickson has been coaching in the Brewers organization for, it's been about almost 15 years now, I think. With,
quite some time, yeah.
I think he spent 11 years as the manager for the Timber Rattlers there in Appleton, minor league team, and now he's been on the bench as an infield instructor, an infield coach, or fielding coach. So, yeah, some local ties.
Yeah, Erickson, he appeared in 4 big league games in 04, was a career 300 hitter over 11 minor league seasons, and then Jansen is in his 8th major league season. In addition to the Brewers, he also played with the Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Rays. So kind of neat having a local connection there to the Brew Crew, trying to win the division and get not have to get the wild card bye. And boy, another flag, guys. That Navis pass to Peyton Weideman.
Good hit there. Good tackle by Parker Malvitz for the Jaguars after the catch.
What do we have here now? Personal foul. Hit to the helmet, hit to the head against Appleton West. Boy, oh boy. Would love to know the penalty yardage here tonight.
I don't think I want to know, and I'm sure Dom Thompson doesn't want to know the penalty yardage. Of course, talking about Appleton West, of course, another well-known alum, Wisconsin Badger basketball standout, and now well-known kind of as a radio broadcaster and media personality, Brian Butch, of course, an Appleton West graduate as well. So,
got some famous guys coming out of that school.
Of course, I know you know the answer to this question, but Matt Erickson, who you just talked about, one big league hit in his major league career. Who did he get that hit off of?
Greg Maddox.
Of course, Greg Maddox.
In fact, I think
Hall of Famer, and his son is
named Maddox.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good guy to have a base hit against, right? One of the great pitchers of all time. I don't know how many Cy Youngs Maddox won, like 5 or 6. One with the Cubs, I think, right? And then a bunch with the Braves. Yeah, Matt, a good guy. Well, we guess we had Danny Jansen once on our podcast way back when.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or a round table or something. I forget what that was all about.
I think it was a podcast. Yeah.
First year with the Blue Jays. Yeah. The R&B show.
Now, of course, called 920 Sports.
Yep, that's the name.
Brett stole that name from me. Didn't give me any royalties or any credit or anything. I should have copyrighted it.
You should have. I just thought it sounded good.
Yeah, well, I presented that to Ricardo a long time before he suddenly started using it without any kind of credit to me at all. That's okay. I'm over it.
Well, the problem is we need to do the podcast somewhat regularly, but
that's fair. That's fair.
So I guess you could still keep the title if you want. Well, we had one a couple weeks ago, and I think Ricardo wants to do one again this coming week, but we'll see.
It's more like the 460 podcast because you only do it like half the time, right? So
should tell Ricardo that one, yeah. Yeah, John Kuhn, yeah, he's gonna listen to the podcast. He said on our Clubhouse Live show. Well, another flag. Oh, another procedure call. Oh. I can't recall something like this where it's almost every play here now.
Yeah, it's, you get to the point in the game where you just kind of lose a little bit of your focus, and unfortunately, it's kind of what happened to Appleton West here. They've kind of lost a little bit of the focus as the game's gotten out of hand. Good job of Navis there to elude the pressure.
Yeah, and boy, he's still on his feet. Look at his shoulder. Whoa, he's going to take a big hit along that far sideline. Boy, and a flag there. Is that going to be against Ashwaubenon? Every play right now, guys, is how many flags have we seen tonight? Venture a guess? 15?
I think more than that.
More than that?
Yeah, I should be keeping track of the flags, but I think the refs are trying to keep, like I said earlier, they don't want things to get out of hand. They know there's been a lot of pushing and shoving and a lot of talking going back and forth, and the refs are doing the best they can to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. But some of these flags have been a little too much.
Well, as the officials sort this all out, I will remind folks once again, we'll be at Neenah High School next week for our Week 4 Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. The Rockets hosting the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. 6:45 live coverage will kick off at postcrescent.com, facebook.com/postcrescent, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel.
Of course, Neenah and Kaukauna last year were part of the three-way FVA state FVA championships along with Kimberly.
Tri-champs, yep. So that should be a fun one. Navis and another flag.
Another flag.
Wow. Holding against Appleton West. I mean, it's literally every play right now.
Like Rosie said, like 9 of the last 10 plays now have had a flag.
Oof. Hey, I mean, got to clean it up, right? The officials have to officiate the game, and
that's just it. Yeah, you got to call what you see.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, the game's almost over.
No.
We'll let it slide. That doesn't benefit anybody, and that again, that's when things happen that you don't want to happen. So you got to keep throwing the flag if the penalty's there. But it's going to be a rough game film to watch for Appleton West for sure.
I want to just toss it in the garbage, right, or hit delete on the recording. Well, we'll try it again. Navis waiting for the snap and another flag. You can hear the
even the fans are even the fans are moaning and groaning right now.
I've never seen anything like this ever, and we've been doing this a long time.
We'll go back and if the coaches don't want to watch this game film, I'm going to go back and watch and count up all the flags.
I mean, I've been covering high school since '97. I've never seen anything like this. Well, can we get through one play here? All right.
We got a snap. We got a clean snap.
Navis looking, trying to stay behind the line of scrimmage. Finally, oh, that's a reception and a flag. Was that a hit out of bounds?
Yeah, Navis got hit out of bounds several yards.
See Coach Brian Richkowski frustrated as he's right there with the officials. Trying to get the Ashwaubenon bench back.
I don't know if it was a late hit or if they ruled that one of the Ashwaubenon players was too close to the field.
Oh, maybe.
And that's why there was contact.
So we thought we got through.
We almost we almost made it through a play without a flag, folks.
Maybe this is the video highlight, right? To just show every flag.
We're not exaggerating here, folks, when we tell you there's been a flag virtually every play of the fourth quarter.
2:54 to go. And now this moves the ball to what, the 20. We got to move. Where's the ball? Okay, is it first down? I'm trying to look at the chains now.
It says first down, but the chains are not.
So
I don't think the chains are right.
Not sure what's going on across the way. Now we'll wind up the clock and we'll try it again. Navis on the run. He's got Spell. He fumbled it. He fumbled the ball. Number 7 coming in. That's O'Shea Champ, the senior defensive lineman, coming in and swatting the ball away from Navis. And after all of that, the drive ends in a turnover thanks to Champ swatting it away, forcing the fumble.
That was some impressive closing speed by Champ.
Oh, I guess.
To run down Navis. Navis known more for his arm than his speed, but still. Great job by Champ.
They're giving him some love. He's looking at the crowd. He's having a good old time down there. Call it a strip sack, huh, maybe?
Absolutely.
And now if you're Brian Richkowski, I think it's handoff city, right, to try to get out of this one without any more flags.
Got the backup quarterback, and there's the backup running back in.
Yeah, number 13, that's Nathan Massert.
Number 13, Nathan Massert on the carry.
Senior running back. Who's the quarterback?
Number 10 is in the game at quarterback.
Number
That's
10.
Landon Yoakum.
Okay. Looks like Jordan Love out there, huh?
A little bit.
These green and gold uniforms. So we went from number 4 to number 10. What happened to number 12? Why didn't he get some snaps tonight?
I've thought all night number 90, Seneca Noyen for them, has kind of looked like Lucas Van Ness out there on the end. Played like him tonight, too.
See if Van Ness can take advantage of Micah Parsons. And Rashawn Gary take advantage of Micah Parsons. No more double teams when number 1's on the field.
We'll see, yeah.
I think Parsons will play some snaps on Sunday.
I think so. You know, I've heard people say he should rest this week because they have that quick turnaround with the Thursday night game. But I think if you're gonna, you'd rather have him play against the Lions in the division and the division game, especially given how poorly the Packers fared in the division games last year. If you're gonna play him against the Lions and maybe have him sit against the Commanders, but
he'll be limited. You know, there'll be a snap count, I'm sure, but you don't pay that guy that kind of money and just have him sit and watch week 1. So I'm sure they'll have some stuff in there for him.
Maybe he plays 20 snaps, but if you're smart about what 20 snaps are, you can still impact the game.
Who do you think's going to win that one?
Oh, I'm bad at picking.
Lions are good. I know they got new coordinators. I think it'll be interesting to see. And so his first week or 2 is always sloppy anyway.
They've got some, especially with these teams not playing most of their guys in the preseason anymore.
Could be some penalties and some sloppy play. So
I heard Steve Smith, senior, the former Carolina Panthers NFL receiver, say today that he calls the NFL sloppy September. He says because nobody does anything in August, and then September rolls around, and he says it's
like preseason games then.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anybody who is expecting the Packers to come out lighten the world on fire, I think you're going to be very mistaken. But I don't think the Lions are going to always look like world beaters either.
Yeah, it's a homer pick, but I'm going to say the Packers win. It'll be a close game, but I'm going to say the Packers win it.
Tough schedule, Lions, and then 4 days later the Commanders come to town next Thursday night. So looks like that'll be the final play of the game. I think we finally got through that stretch, and there's no more flags. It's all zeros. This game is over. Ashwaubenon, very convincing and impressive win tonight, 37-8 over Appleton West as we look at our Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. Mike, some thoughts on this one. Got to give Ashwaubenon credit. Offense, defense, very impressive, especially when it was 17-8. 20 unanswered points there to turn a close game into a pretty lopsided win.
Yeah, after the Terrors got that 74-yard touchdown pass, there was a little bit of glimmer of hope there where you thought they had a chance, and but Ashwaubenon again got the onside kick, got that short field, went down and scored right away and answered, and then it was all Ashwaubenon after that. Just kind of a rough game, you know. Appleton West wasn't able to get the offense going the way it has in the first 2 weeks. Of course, you have to credit the Ashwaubenon defense for most of that, and you have to also point a finger at all the penalties that just kind of every time Appleton West did get something going, it seemed like they were moving backwards. But no, all in all, an impressive performance by Ashwaubenon tonight. A big win, a much-needed win for them. It sets them up. You always want to open your conference season with a victory if you can, and kudos to the Jaguars for doing that tonight.
Absolutely. So that does it here from Ashwaubenon High School. I'll run down the scoring here in a little bit. And I know, Mike, I don't know if you had to get down to the field or not, but let me run it down, and then I'll sign off and get ready for Week 4. Ashwaubenon got on the scoreboard first. 8-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Sawyer Walton, made it 7-zip, 8:24 mark in the first. Then a 26-yard field goal by number 5, Izzy Kwaterski, made it 10-zip. That was at the 5:01 mark in the second quarter. Ashwaubenon made it 17-zip with 4:46 to play. That was off of the fumble on the ensuing kickoff. Ashwaubenon got it, 24-yard pass from Walton to number 2, Keegan Volk. As I said, Jags were up 17-zip. That's how it ended first half. Appleton West got on the scoreboard right away in the second half. A 74-yard pass from Connor Navis to number 11, Bennett Nelson. And then the two-point conversion between those two was good as well, with 10:16 to play in the third, made it 17-8, and then 20 unanswered points for the Jags. A pair of third-quarter touchdown passes from Walton to Jackson Bumia, and then number 2, Keegan Volk. To Bumia it was 32 yards, to Volk it was 15 yards, and the second one to Volk, that was with 2:52 remaining in the third quarter, made it 30-8. And then the final touchdown of the night, a 19-yard pass from Walton to Bumia with 7:15 to play in the game. Kick was good. 37-8 was the score then, and that's how it ended up, as you can see again on our Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. With the victory, Ashwaubenon improves to 2-1 on the season, 1-0 in the Fox River Classic Conference North. Up next for the Jags, they're at De Pere next Thursday night. That's the conference matchup, and guys, that game is at 5 o'clock. So wondering if they're trying to not get in the way of that Packer game, play that a little bit earlier. That's over in De Pere, just down the road. Appleton West, the Terrors suffered their first loss of the season, 2-1 on the season overall, 0-1 in the FRCC North. Up next for Appleton West, they are home against Bayport, the defending D1 state champs, rolling into Appleton. That also is a Thursday night game. Fox River Classic Conference North matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. And again, as for us, we're back at it next Friday night as Neenah hosts Kaukauna in the Fox Valley Association Week 4 matchup. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And again, you can always access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Looking to send your child to school with his or her first smartphone or connected device? Well, Cellcom's got you covered. Just visit Cellcom now for a free, gently used smartphone or watch with a new line. Visit Cellcom.com for details, and Piggly Wiggly is proud to support Wisconsin high school athletics. As your local grocery store, they're committed to making a difference in the community, both on and off the field. Shop local. Shop the pig. Mike, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you pinch hitting like you always do. Did a great job. And maybe we'll do it again later on in the season.
Probably. Happy to help out. but I'm happy when Ricardo's here too. So we'll welcome him back next week. And
He'll be back next week. I saw he texted and was commenting about tonight's game and some other games as well. So he was keeping track. But yeah, me, Ricardo, and Rosie will be back at it next Friday night. That is at Neenah High School for the Neenah Kaukauna FVA Showdown to highlight Week 4. So for Mike, for Rosie, for Ricardo, I guess, who's watching somewhere, and the rest of our USA Today Network Wisconsin crew, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Ashwaubenon High School. We look at our Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly scoreboard. Ashwaubenon with the victory over Appleton West tonight in Week 3. Jags win it 37-8. Thanks for watching, everybody.